Bob Bailey in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account. America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
And now, Act One of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Tri-State Life and Casualty Insurance Company, Sarasota, Florida. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the Salkoff sequel matter. Expense account item 1, $3, no show penalty for canceling the flight back to Hartford. By the time I hung up the phone on Todd Swam, Earl Poorman had pulled a shiny new Cad into the airport parking lot, and we took off.
I'm glad Todd caught you before you climbed aboard that plane, Johnny.
Earl, he said that Leon Salkoff had been murdered.
That's what it looks like.
Well, what happened?
Actually, he's just disappeared. But under circumstances that make it look like he's been murdered.
Any idea who?
Johnny, you know as well as I do that he was pretty deep in subversive activities during the last war.
Yeah, but he's been given a clean slate, at least so far as our country is concerned.
Right.
But then, wait a minute. If some of his old pals, and we know there are plenty of them in this country, working for the other side.
Right. If they know he's working for us, the first thing they'd do for the sake of their great and glorious cause would be to eliminate one Leon Salkoff.
Yeah, or at the very least persuade him, and I mean torture him, into telling the formula of the stuff he's helped Dr. Allworth develop.
Exactly.
Where and how did it happen?
Well, you'll have to get the details from Todd Swam. Us common people aren't even allowed to know where Allworth's lab is hidden away, you know. That's why I'm taking you to see Todd.
Then drive on. Todd was waiting for us at the Chamber of Commerce building. He thanked Earl for dragging me in from the airport. Earl left, then Todd and I walked out to his car.
Here, Johnny, use my car. You know where to go.
Out to the lab?
Yes.
You still haven't told me what happened to Leon Salkoff.
Because I don't know exactly. Dr. Allworth called me from the nearest phone down there, told me Salkoff is gone and that he's sure he was murdered.
Have you dragged the police in on this?
No, but I telephoned the FBI in Washington. They've promised to send a man.
Well, do they know I'm here? They might not want any interference.
Well, I told them about your investigation down there at the lab, and they said to give you a free hand.
All right, good. Well, I better get going.
Johnny, let me know what you find out.
Once again, I headed south on Route 41, down through Fort Myers, where I swung left on 82 and on into the heart of the Everglades. I found the old wagon trail leading into the swampy jungle, and finally came to the shack of the Indian, Ben Osceola. There, I hopped aboard one of his airboats, one of those strange little contraptions driven by an airplane-type propeller. 50 minutes later, I pulled up at the brush-covered island in the middle of that vast, wet, soggy swamp. Dr. Allworth was standing in front of the well-hidden laboratory.
Mr. Dollar! Mr. Dollar, I'm so glad you haven't left yet.
Oh, what's happened out here, Doctor?
Oh, it's been terrible. A terrible thing, like a nightmare. Here, come inside. I'll show you and tell you everything I know. Oh. Our living quarters are down this corridor.
Yeah, I remember.
After you and Mr. Swam left us yesterday, Leon and I went to work immediately to replace the rocket fuel additive we had lost in the accident you investigated.
Yes?
Oh, if only I'd paid attention when he told me about the man he'd seen in Fort Myers the day before. But we were so busy.
Wait a minute, what man?
Someone he'd known in Europe during the war. A man he suspected of now working for, well, for those who'd like to sabotage our...
Go on, Doctor.
Look, Mr. Dollar, this is my room. And this, right next to it, is Leon's room.
Great Scott.
Yes, there must have been a terrible struggle.
And, Doctor, this looks like blood on the floor. Now, what happened?
Well, it was early this morning before dawn. I heard voices in here. At first, I thought Leon was shouting in his sleep.
Yes?
But then he began to call for help, and I heard the furniture being knocked about.
Well, didn't you come in here?
Something had been shoved against my door. This table. I couldn't open it. Then I heard the shot. I heard Leon scream with pain. Then another shot. Oh, terrible, terrible, terrible.
Go on, Doctor.
Then I heard them drag poor Leon's body away outside.
But how did you get out of your room?
By placing my bed as you see it now, I was able to brace my feet against it, force the table away from my door. Now, come, Mr. Dollar.
All right.
I pursued them down this hall, but by the time I reached the outside door, they were gone.
But unless they had an airboat.
They must have, hidden somewhere on the edge of this little island. Oh, there are 1,000 places in the brush and trees where it could have been hidden. Do you see? Look, 1,000 places.
I don't see Leon's airboat out here, only yours.
They took it. That's why I think there was more than one of them. And now I must leave you.
You what?
I must go into a telephone. I'll be back as soon as possible.
Well, now look, wait a minute. Dr. Allworth.
Now that you're here in charge, I must telephone the FBI.
No, wait. They've already been notified. Well, I'll be darned if I'm going to chase him. What's more, I doubt if I could have caught him in the old airboat that I had. So, all right, it would give me a chance to look around alone. Sometimes that's the best way. I poked around outside for a while, looking for where Leon's attackers might have concealed the boat they'd used. In that swamp and brush, it was like looking for a needle in a haystack. Then I walked back to the laboratory building. The front door was closed. Funny. I thought we'd left it open a minute ago. Oh, well. Huh? Oh, no, you don't. Oh.
Act Two of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in a moment. And now, Act Two of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, and the Salkoff sequel matter.
I don't know how long I was out after the attack on me at the hidden laboratory in the Everglades. But when I came to, I was lying in Alwa's bed. Across the room at a desk sat a well-dressed man going through files of papers and folders. I played possum because I wanted time to think. If Leon Salkoff had been murdered by subversives, then this man must be one of them. But how had he got here without Allworth knowing? Or did Allworth know? After all, now that I had time to think about it, his explanation of what had happened to Salkoff had been pretty glib. And the doctor's sudden departure a while ago to phone the FBI, he'd said. Didn't he know that Todd Swam had called him? In any event, he'd run off to leave me alone like a sitting duck. Who was the man sitting here? And why hadn't he killed me when he had the chance? I rolled over and groaned. My head felt like it was split down the middle. Oh.
Well, Mr. Dollar, you finally come around.
Yeah, I guess so. Oh, brother.
We were quite concerned about you.
We?
I'm terribly sorry about what we did to you, but until we frisked you and discovered your identity...
Who are you?
Walter Brenman, FBI.
Oh.
When we found you prowling around, we thought you might be one of the people we hoped to trap here.
The killer of Leon Salkoff?
Salkoff is not dead, Mr. Dollar.
What?
Have you forgotten a case here in Florida that you handled last year?
Parley Barron.
Yes, another scientist who apparently disappeared. Actually, we had arranged the whole thing so that his whereabouts would not be known while he continued with his nuclear research.
Yeah, I remember. The report of his death and disappearance was to throw off our pals behind the Iron Curtain.
Precisely.
So now you've done the same thing? Ouch.
Again, I'm sorry, Dollar. But we didn't know who you were. We didn't want to take any chances.
You say we, Mr. Brenman.
My colleague, Mike Crucian, who's in searching the laboratory.
Oh, for what?
There are two groups. Agents from behind the Iron Curtain who would like to get to Leon Salkoff, either to gain the secrets he's learned in this laboratory or to get rid of him because of his help to this country's defense and missile programs.
So if he's reported dead, each will think the other did it and they'll stop chasing him.
Exactly. We had to act fast because Leon has already spotted some of his ex-pals, as you call them, in this general area.
Does Dr. Allworth know this whole thing was rigged?
No, and you mustn't tell him. He's a great scientist, but... well, he might let the cat out of the bag. Stall him, Dollar. Stall for time. Drag out your pretended investigation. It'll delay Allworth bringing in the police, that sort of thing, until we can take care of Salkoff. That is, install him in his new place.
Well, maybe I'm a little muddled because of this wallop on the head, but I should think you'd tell everybody you can, to make sure his so-called death is publicized. Make sure these people who are after him will get the word.
Don't worry, they know. I'd stake my life on it. And needless to say, if any of them come out here, we'll be ready for them. Oh, Michael, what did you find?
Nothing. Not a single song. Oh, I see Mr. Dollar's come too.
Yeah, almost.
Say, I'm sorry about the way I slugged you, Dollar.
Yeah, me too.
I'm sure Walter told you why. You find anything in here, Walt?
No. I'm afraid we'll have to go back. Oh, Dollar.
Yeah?
I take it Dr. Allworth is in on one of his usual all-day trips for supplies?
Yeah, something like that.
We've got to leave you for a while. You have your gun. You know what to do if anyone suspicious comes around.
Well, now, look, when the doctor comes back, I'll have to tell him you've been here.
Fine, and that we'll be back.
Well, yes.
We'll be back.
Oh, sure, yeah. Well, Dollar, we'll see you later, huh? Now, you rest. You need it.
You're not kidding.
Come along, Mike.
I felt so rocky, I didn't quite know what to make of it. I heard them leave by the outer door. Then a couple of minutes later, from off at one side, I heard their airboat leave. Wait a minute. It wasn't going out by the channel I'd been given to understand was the only way out of this place. Strange. Painfully, I rose and walked out. My head ached so much I could hardly think straight. There was something wrong here. Oh, sure, they'd left me a gun, but... Yeah, they'd left it with me all right, but the chambers had been emptied. My airboat was still where I'd parked it in front of the building, too. Yeah, but it wouldn't start. Tamper with, maybe. Then I heard it. Another boat coming into the regular channel. In the distance, I could see there were two people in it. Quickly, I crouched behind a clump of brush until I saw who the two men were. Mac! McLaughlin!
Oh, hi, Dollar. Dr. Always said you were out here. Mr. McLaughlin was already on his way when I telephoned. Why didn't you tell me the FBI had already been sent for, Mr. Dollar?
I tried to, but you took off
Lord,
in such a
Johnny,
hurry.
what happened to you?
Oh, a couple of your own boys did this, Mac.
What? Men from the Bureau?
That's what they said. And I was so addled from this knock on the head.
Johnny, that's impossible. What do they look like, Walt? What are their names?
Walter Brenman, for one.
Brenman, 5'11", sparse gray hair, blue eyes, about 150 pounds, mark of spectacles on his nose.
Perfect description.
And the other?
Michael Crucian.
Heavy set, maybe 5'6", about 200 pounds.
Right.
Small scar above the right eye, heavy, almost gravelly voice.
Yeah,
Brenman and Crucian, huh?
so they said.
We're in trouble, Johnny.
What?
Unless I'm completely cockeyed, those are the boys who kidnapped and probably killed Leon Salkoff.
Mac.
We've been waiting a long time to catch up with them. Their real names are Brenmanoff and Krushinsky, spies and killers from, well, you know where.
Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in a moment. And now, Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, and the Salkoff sequel matter.
McLaughlin, my old friend of the FBI, gave Dr. Allworth a gun with instructions to lock himself into his lab and shoot on sight anybody who set foot on the island before we got back. Then we took off in the airboat. Briefly as possible, I told Mac what had happened to me at the laboratory there in the middle of the Everglades.
Only a pair like Brenmanoff and Krushinsky would have the guts to impersonate FBI agents.
After that beating, I was too muddled to even ask for their credentials. What I don't understand, Mac, is why they didn't kill me.
They haven't yet learned the formula that missile fuels.
So?
They've got to leave every possible door open, Johnny. With you convinced that they're from the Bureau...
So they think.
Yeah, well, it meant they could go back to the lab. After the doctor returned, maybe even get your help in obtaining the formula from him.
What?
Sure. The abduction of Leon Salkoff would indicate the doctor himself is in danger.
Well, that's true.
But if he wanted his work carried on, if anything should happen to him, well, who better to give the formula to than agents of the FBI? On the way out to the lab, he was ready to give it to me.
Hey, Mac, B&K's little visit, they're prowling through the lab and Allworth's papers. It means they didn't get the formula from Leon Salkoff.
Which probably explains their sudden departure. They couldn't find the formula at the lab, so they'll go back and put the pressure on Leon again.
Makes sense, Mac. And I sure hope he's still alive. But where?
Well, let's hope an all-points bulletin will help us catch up with them when they leave this swamp. Got to come out of it somewhere.
They've had a big head start on us.
Yeah, but this channel we're taking is the most direct route to the highway. Any highway.
They carried off their foes pretty well. They even knew about that Farley Barron matter I handled with you boys.
Well, why not? You broadcast the whole thing on your radio show.
You gave me clearance.
Sure. But just keep mum about this affair, huh? Until after the boys on the East Coast launch a space satellite successfully.
Don't worry. A few minutes later, we pulled up at Ben Osceola's shack at the head of the bayou where we'd left our cars.
We use mine, Johnny. It's better equipped than yours for whatever we may run into.
I saw what he meant, because in back of the seat was a regular arsenal. As we tore out of the jungle and headed south on Highway 29, Max short-waved in all points to every town in the area and to the state police.
Keep me posted. Over. We're heading south, Johnny, because you said that's the way they left the island by airboat.
Right, Mac. But with the way those rivers and bayous twist around in the swamp, They could come out anywhere.
Well, I know this country pretty well. They'd almost have to go south to hit this or any other highway. Now, you keep your eye peeled for any side roads that might lead into where they could land their boat, will you?
Hey, look, what about this car that's coming at us? Man, he's really stepping on it.
That's okay, Johnny. It's a police car.
Police, huh? Sure. But did you see who was driving it and who was sitting beside him?
What?
Yeah, Khrushchevsky. And our old pal Brenman.
Hold on to your hat. They must have heard the all points.
Well, if they didn't, they're hearing it now in that car. And if that thing is souped up like most police
Don't
cars...
worry, boy. They won't get away from this old boiler.
Mac wasn't kidding. How we held the road at over 100 miles an hour, I'll never know. Thanks to the siren on the stolen police car, the road ahead was kept clear. They must have recognized me, though, when we passed. When we finally started to pull up on them, they fired the first shot.
I can't weave at this speed, Johnny. Stay down low.
I've loaded this gun from the stuff in the back. Watch.
Put that lemon squeezer away. Grab the Tommy gun in back of the seat. Right. You got it?
I got it. All right, Mac, keep your hands on the wheel. Those boys can really shoot.
I told you, the killers. Let them have it.
Right.
Aim for the tires, Johnny. Aim for the tires. Hold it. Hold it. You've got them. They're going off the road.
Mac, if they hit that row of cypress trees, they're gone.
Yeah, they are.
Leon Selkoff? Well, I'm afraid he gave more than his skill and efforts to the country he loved that had taken him under its wing. His body was found trussed up and floating face down in the bayou from which Brenmanoff and Khrushchevsky had launched the airboat. Dr. Allworth? Well, now that a U.S. space satellite is carrying out its mission, he's safely and officially working in a government laboratory. Expense account total, including incidentals and the trip back to Hartford? Oh, forget it. If in any way it helped to get the Explorer out in space, in orbit, it's on me. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Our star will return in just a moment. Now, here is our star to tell you about next week's story.
Next week, a trip to a mining town out near Denver, Colorado. And for me, it's a little too close to the wild, wild west. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, originates in Hollywood and is produced and directed by Jack Johnstone, who also wrote today's story. Heard in our cast were Herb Ellis, Vic Perrin, Harry Bartell, Jack Crucian, Lou Merrill, and Stacey Harris. Be sure to join us next week, same time and station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is Dan Cubberly speaking.
This is the United States Armed Forces Radio and Television Service.
Wrigley's Spearmint Chewing Gum, the refreshing, delicious treat that gives you chewing enjoyment, presents for your listening enjoyment John Lund as
Johnny Dollar.
Philip Shaw, Johnny.
Oh, fine. What have you got for me?
Mr. Dale Martin is insured with National. He owns a gym, one of those bodybuilding places. Man was killed there.
When did it happen?
This morning, about an hour ago. Now, we don't know if it's an accident or not. The police are over there now.
Anything to work on?
Nothing. That's why I called you. Better get over there right away.
I'll do it. But I don't take off my shirt.
The makers of Wrigley's Spearmint Chewing Gum bring you John Lund in a transcribed adventure of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Wrigley's Spearmint Chewing Gum refreshes you. Wrigley's Spearmint Chewing Gum gives you real chewing enjoyment. Yes, for chewing enjoyment plus refreshment, it's Wrigley's Spearmint Chewing Gum. The lively, delicious flavor of Wrigley's Spearmint cools your mouth, helps keep your throat moist, and gives you a nice little lift. The good, smooth chewing of Wrigley's Spearmint helps keep you feeling fresh and alert, adds enjoyment to whatever you're doing. So for chewing enjoyment plus refreshment, treat yourself often to Wrigley's Spearmint Chewing Gum. Healthful, refreshing, delicious.
Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to Home Office, National All-Risk Insurance Company, Hartford, Connecticut. The following is an accounting of expenditures during my investigation of the blackmail matter. Expense account item 1, $1.40, cab fare and tip for ride from my office to Martin's gym. After receiving what little information there was from you by phone, I arrived at 1215 at 1084 6th Avenue in the heart of downtown. On the second floor, I found Dale Martin, a very nervous Adonis, seated at a desk in his office. A policeman at the door informed me that a Lieutenant Nathan of the homicide detail had stepped out for a minute and the coroner was expected soon. Mr. Martin?
Yeah?
I'm Johnny Dollar from the National Insurance Company.
Oh, that's the outfit I'm insured with.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm here. I want to get the facts in case there's any claim. Now, tell me, what happened?
I don't know. I went back to the locker room to check on the towels, and I found him lying on the floor.
Found who?
His name's Royal, Frederick Royal. He's been coming up here for over a year.
Well, why did you call the police and not a doctor?
Because I think he was murdered.
Why murdered?
I've seen a lot of accidents around this gym, but never saw anything like this. It wasn't an accident.
What makes you so sure?
Well, it looked like his neck was broken. I don't know how it happened, so I called the police. That publicity's going to ruin what little business I have.
Murder always ruins something. You got any idea who might have done it?
No.
Who was in the place when you discovered the body?
My 3 assistants and 3 fellas working out.
They all still here?
Yeah, all of them.
Nobody else left or came in?
Just the cops. Business is real slow.
Does everybody know about it?
No, I took the body and put it back in the rub-down room. Haven't even told my boys.
Well, the officer at the door won't let anybody leave, so let's have a look at the body and see what we can find out. Martin left one of his boys to answer the phone, and everyone else was keeping busy wrestling with weights as he led me through the locker room. The one man was taking a shower. At the end of the room, he unlocked the door, and we walked in. The smell of rubbing alcohol was strong enough to give you a hangover. There were white curtains separating 2 rubbing tables. The first one was empty.
In back of that curtain, Mr. Dollar.
Okay.
Not very pretty.
Circus rubber man would need vulcanizing if he turned his head that far. Busted neck, all right.
I wish the coroner would get in and take him away. It hurts me seeing his head hanging like that.
Why don't you move him?
Oh, no, sir, not me. I caught it good from the lieutenant for moving him in here.
Well, don't worry about Mr. Royal. He can't feel a thing. Lieutenant Nathan arrived with the coroner, and the latter confirmed our diagnosis. Nathan had Martin keep his clients and assistant muscle men busy. They started comparing biceps and forgot anybody else was there. Nathan was an old friend, so I didn't have to convince him that I was there on business.
You saw the corpse, a Dollar?
Yeah, it took a pair of pretty strong hands to do a job like that.
Yeah, that makes everybody around here a suspect.
Got any ideas?
You'd have to know a man pretty well to let him get that close to you without starting something.
Yeah, somebody could have been rubbing a kink out of his neck and got carried away with his work.
Yeah.
Why don't we start asking some questions?
Yeah, I'll go out and round up everybody. Might as well start at the beginning.
Nathan herded everyone together, and the questioning started. The men were very unhappy. This bad publicity that couldn't be helped. Mr. Robert Wells, songwriter, Mr. Michael Darling, car salesman, and the third and last, Mr. Patrick Mullins, jeweler. Three prosperous men, three prosperous denials. The assistants came next, the three men who worked for Martin. First, Bernie Carroll, the man who'd instructed Fred Royal, the one who'd put him through his exercises and sent him in to take a shower before he cooled off and got stiff.
Sure. I worked him out and sent him in the shower like always. We tell him to take a good long hot shower to relax the muscles. Isn't that right, Dale?
That's right, Lieutenant. That's the way it works. Bernie left him, went over to start on Mr. Wells.
Bernie's a pretty strong boy.
Yeah. Any one of us could have gone to the locker room at one time or another, Lieutenant.
You found him, didn't you, Mr. Martin?
Yeah.
Why did you happen to go back to the locker room at that particular time?
Well, I do it every day. Checking a towel, soap, see that everybody has everything he needs.
Question after question, trying to nail down alibis, trying to make them stick or tear them apart. According to everybody so far, it was a big mystery. Next man, Jack Olson.
Yeah, I went back by the locker room several times.
Why?
Well, there's an electric coffee maker on a table against the wall back there. I want to get some coffee.
Mm-hmm. The other times?
Well, once to look at the appointment board and see what's coming in, later to get some chalk in my hands.
Chalk for your hands?
Yeah. Keeps your hands from perspiring and making blisters, you know, when you're working with heavy weights.
You're fairly new here, aren't you, Jack?
3 weeks.
How'd you know that, Dollar?
Well, the other boys all have heavy calluses. They don't use chalk.
You know quite a bit about this weightlifting stuff, huh?
Oh, sure. I used to lift candy bars when I was a kid.
All right. Call in the last one.
The last man, Johnny Morgan, and his story was no different than the others. Yes, he'd walked back past the locker room. No, he had not slipped in and popped Mr. Royal's neck while he was preparing to take his shower. The coroner removed the body, and all the rest went down to the precinct to sign formal statements. They were all released and sent home, pending further investigation. I hailed a cab and rode home with Dale Martin.
Would you like some apple or carrot juice?
Well, I'll try anything once.
It's good for you.
Yeah, I figured that. You didn't kill him, did you, Martin?
Don't be silly. He was the best customer I had. I wouldn't kill off my business. Here.
Thanks.
You have any ideas, Dollar?
Nope. How long did you say Fred Royal had been coming to your gym?
Over a year.
What do you know about him?
Not much. He was a wolf, like the girls. Always talking about the gal he was out with the night before. I got tired of his gab. I put him straight.
You know what business he was in?
Whatever it was, he had a lot of money. Wore a new suit every time he came around. Oh, excuse me. Hello? Oh, just a minute. For you, Dollar.
Oh, thanks. Hello?
I got something on the dead man. Got a record. Blackmail.
You know where he lived?
We're checking.
Oh, wait a minute. Martin, you wouldn't by any chance know where Fred Royal lived, would you?
Well, I send a bill to him every month. I got my books here in the apartment. I'll get the address.
Oh, Nathan, Martin's got his address.
I found something else in his personal effects. Key to a safety deposit box. Boys are checking to see which bank.
Here's the address, Dollar. Fred Royal, 673 East Weeping Willow Circle.
I told Nathan I'd meet him at Royal's place. I downed my liquefied carrots, said goodbye to Martin. Half an hour later, the lieutenant and yours truly, Johnny Dollar, were tearing Mr. Fred Royal's apartment to pieces.
Nothing.
Yeah, I came up empty, too.
Hey,
What's the matter?
here's a date book.
Good. Maybe we've been working on a holiday.
Let's see, here's a name. Barbara Carroll.
Carroll. That's the name of one of Martin's muscle trainers, Bernie Carroll.
The same name on some of the other pages. The 5th, Barbara, 6 o'clock. Again on the 2nd, Barbara, 8 o'clock. Again on the 28th and the 22nd.
Wonder if there's any connection.
Oh, might be his sister. Let's give it a try. Bernie and Barbara Carroll. Sounds like something they'd play at the Palace.
Well, let's go see their act.
Here's the apartment. They live with that new fellow.
Jack Olson.
Yeah, the quiet one.
What?
Police.
Yes?
I'm Lieutenant Nathan, homicide. This is Johnny Dollar.
How you do?
How you do?
We'd like to talk to you, Miss Carroll.
Well, certainly, Lieutenant. Come in.
Thank you.
I was just making some lemonade. Would you like some?
Yeah, thanks. It is pretty hot out.
Maybe you'd like something stronger.
No, thanks. The lieutenant's on duty.
I guess you've heard about the accident.
Like your lemonade sweet, Lieutenant?
Medium, please.
Here you are.
Oh, thank you. Your brother didn't mention anything about your going out with Royal.
He was probably protecting his little sister.
The lieutenant found your name written in Royal's date book.
I've been out with him 6 or 7 times.
You know what his business was?
He never discussed it.
Did you ever meet any of his friends?
No.
Did he ever mention any of the other fellows at the gym?
At the gym? I don't think so.
Mm-hmm. Jack Olson lives here, doesn't he?
That's right.
Whose picture is that on the piano?
Oh, that's Jack's father.
You don't have any idea why anyone would want to kill Royal, do you?
No.
How did Jack Olson happen to move in here with you and your brother?
Bernie asked him to. When he went to work for Martin, he was living in a terrible place. One small room. I told Bernie he could move in here if he shared the rent.
Mm-hmm. How well did Olson know Royal?
He'd seen him at the gym. Seen him here when he came to pick me up.
Where's Olson now?
Working, I think.
Well, thanks, Miss Carroll. We'll be talking to you again.
More lemonade?
Later, maybe, Miss Carroll.
Friends, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, you'll enjoy chewing Wrigley's Spearmint Gum. Chew Wrigley's Spearmint while you're working. The lively, full-bodied flavor of Wrigley's Spearmint gives you a refreshing little lift. The smooth, pleasant chewing of Wrigley's Spearmint Gum helps keep you feeling relaxed and satisfied. Makes your job seem easier. Chew Wrigley's Spearmint Gum in your home, when you're out walking or driving, when you're enjoying sports and other activities. Wrigley's Spearmint Gum tastes good anytime, and the natural chewing aids digestion and helps keep your teeth bright and attractive. Yes, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, you'll enjoy chewing Wrigley's Spearmint Chewing Gum. Healthful, refreshing, delicious. And now, with our star, John Lund, we bring you the second act of Yours Truly, Johnny Dollar.
Three in the afternoon. Out of Barbara Carroll's cool apartment and down in the blistering street. The thermometer crowding 90, and the humidity sticking to us like a steaming blanket.
I feel awful. Terrible day to solve a murder.
I want to go look through some newspaper files.
What for?
That picture on the piano.
Jack Olson's father?
Yeah. I've seen it someplace before. There's a news story connected with it.
Yeah, I'll drop you off. I gotta get back to the precinct, see if the boys have found the safety deposit box that fits Fred Royal's key.
Nathan dropped me off at the newspaper, and I went down to the morgue to do some hunting. The air conditioning made the job easier, and by 4 o'clock I was headed for Nathan's office.
We found the bank and the safe deposit box.
Oh? Anything turn up?
Yeah. Royal was doing some pretty fancy blackmailing. Here's a bundle of evidence and a list of names.
Mm-hmm. Well, I can understand why someone would pay to keep these out of circulation.
Yeah. Lousy photography. What'd you find out?
Here.
Newspaper clipping. Oh, picture of Jack Olson's father.
Same as the one on the piano.
Prominent banker leaps to death. William Barrett. The boy's name is Olson.
That's what he calls himself.
William Barrett. Give me that list we got out of the deposit box.
I've just been looking at it. William Barrett's name is on here, all right. That article you've got on his suicide mentions that he left a son and a wife.
Yeah. Well, let's go pick up Jack Olson or Barrett or whatever his name is.
Well, it might not have meant a thing, but at least we had found one person who had a strong connection with Frederick Royal other than socially. The boy who called himself Jack Olson was the son of one William Barrett, deceased, and one of Fred Royal's blackmail victims. Barrett had jumped off a tall building, and according to the newspaper, he had left no reason for his actions. There was a possibility that Fred Royal's blackmail had driven him to it, and if that was so, his son would have had a very strong reason for wanting to break Mr. Fred Royal's neck. We climbed into a squad car and hurried back to Barbara Carroll's apartment, where Jack Olson lived as a boarder.
Now, let's go.
Hey, wait a minute.
Oh, what's wrong?
Jack Olson, coming out of the building.
All right, we pick him up on the street.
He's hailing a cab. Oh, let's see where he's going.
Wouldn't it be easier to just ask him?
Oh, stop trying to ruin my afternoon. You know, there's nothing more relaxing than a pleasant drive through quiet, peaceful old New England. We started tailing Jack Olson's cab. Across town. Along the Merrick Parkway. Across a bridge.
He's headed for Long Island.
Well, your Connecticut badge won't be much good over there. We kept going across the Sound, past the outskirts of a couple of waterfront towns and onto a long highway.
Pretty expensive cab ride.
Pretty expensive. Pretty important.
Yeah. Oh, they're turning off on that road.
Hope we don't lose them. We took the road to the right off the highway and spotted the cab up ahead, pulling into the entrance of a large white building. The sign over the tall iron gate read, Lakeview Sanitarium. We waited for him to go in.
Yes? Is there something I can do for you?
I'm looking for a man.
Oh, any particular man?
Oh, who's in charge of this place?
Dr. Fedder.
Well, run him out, please. I want to talk to him.
Which one of you is the patient?
Patient?
Can't you tell?
Look, just go get Dr. Fodder.
Fedder.
Oh, Fedder, okay. Go get him and tell him Lieutenant Nathan wants to talk to him.
Lieutenant Nathan?
Of the cavalry.
What?
Oh, well, I'll get him right away.
Lieutenant.
You think that's funny?
Oh, well, I liked it. Let's see what kind of a reaction it gets out of Dr. Fedder.
Cavalry. Nice thing to say in a place like this.
Lieutenant Nathan?
Yeah, that's right.
I'm Dr. Fedder.
Oh, this is Mr. Dollar.
How do you do?
How do you do? Now, are you related?
No, but we've been friends a long, long time, haven't we, Nate?
Yeah, I'm a police officer, Doctor.
Oh.
We've been following a man. He came in here a few minutes ago.
Is that right?
The lieutenant thinks he might be a killer.
I can handle this, Dollar. Doctor, I'm with Central Division Homicide. This isn't my territory, but I'd appreciate it if...
Which one of you is the patient?
Now, look, this is getting a little ridiculous. Here are my credentials.
Oh.
The man we want came in here a few minutes ago.
Well, Mr. Barrett is the only one...
And his real name is Barrett.
Who's he seeing?
His mother.
What's wrong with his mother?
Mrs. Barrett is seriously ill.
Have anything to do with her husband's suicide?
Everything to do with it. I doubt if Mrs. Barrett will ever recover.
We went back out to the car and tried to put it all together. Jack's father had jumped off a roof. He was being blackmailed and couldn't take it. The shock of his suicide had driven Mrs. Barrett into a permanent breakdown, and Fred Royal had been responsible for the whole thing. Motive enough for Jack to get a job with Dale Martin so he could get his hands on Fred Royal's neck.
Cavalry.
Oh, stop groaning. Tell me what you think of my theory.
We still need a confession.
We'll get it.
Mind if I make a pest of myself and ask how?
Let's ride back to town and see Dale Martin.
You're going to come up and take a workout and a rub tomorrow, huh?
That's right, Martin. And I want you to make sure that Olson takes care of me.
Did he do it, Dollar?
I think so.
But why? He seems like such a nice kid.
He had a pretty good reason.
But we need a confession, and Dollar has an idea how to get it.
I want Olson working on me through the whole workout, especially when I get on the rubbing table.
You're in pretty good shape, Mr. Dollar.
Well, I'm carrying a few extra pounds.
I will knock that off of you in a hurry. Don't try to talk while you're using the pulleys.
Hi.
Hi, Martin.
He's in pretty good shape, Mr. Martin.
Now, let's see. Better not do too much on his stomach the first day. I'll see you later, Mr. Dollar.
Nice fella, Martin.
Yeah, very nice. Tell me, have you found out anything about Mr. Royal's death?
Oh, the police have got a few ideas. Lieutenant and I went up to see your roommate's sister.
Yeah, Barbara told me. I hope you don't suspect her. She kind of liked Mr. Royal. She wouldn't have any reason to kill him. All right, let's go back to the rub table before you cool off. Huh?
You don't mind going in there, do you?
No. Why should I?
Oh, some people are funny about rooms where there's been a dead person, you know?
It doesn't bother me, Mr. Dollar. Martin's got all his towels piled on the other table. I can move them if you like.
Oh, no, it doesn't make any difference. Royal wasn't killed in here anyway.
All right. Up on your back.
Yeah. Give me a good brisk rub and let me relax for about 10 minutes.
All right, slide down a little.
Yeah. What'd you do before you came to work for Martin, Jack?
Oh, not much. Went to school, finally decided to look for a job. Found this one.
You ever study this sort of thing?
No, there's really not much to it. Martin shows us how to use the machines, help the clients, and rub the neck and back.
Well, then all you need is a good build, a strong pair of hands, huh?
Yeah, I guess so.
Your family live in Hartford?
No.
I noticed a picture of your father on Barbara's piano. Fine-looking man.
He's dead now.
Oh, sorry.
So am I.
Your mother still living?
No.
Oh,
I'm sorry. Am I rubbing too hard?
Oh, it's okay. Well, you certainly got the strength for the job.
Yeah, I'll turn off the vibrator and just use my hand. Did the police find out anything about Mr. Royal?
Yeah. He was a blackmailer.
Ow! I'm awfully sorry. I'm a little nervous today. Maybe I better get one of the other fellows to finish your rub.
Oh, no, that's all right. I'm just a little tied up. The neck is stiff.
Try and relax.
Guess I keep thinking about Royal and his broken neck.
You think I might break yours, Mr. Dollar?
Well, wouldn't be hard. If I was good and relaxed, you could snap it in a second.
Yeah. Guess I could. So Mr. Royal was a blackmailer?
Yeah, had a record.
They're the foulest people on earth.
Yeah, they certainly are. Could ruin a lot of lives. Probably why he was murdered.
You think he was blackmailing someone here in the gym?
Oh, not necessarily.
Well, if he wasn't, then no one in the shop would have a motive for killing him.
Well, I've got a theory about that. I think someone in this gym hated him so much that they waited until no one was looking and Royal was all alone. And they slipped in on him and twisted his neck until it broke and he strangled.
Well, why would they hate him so much if he wasn't blackmailing him?
He might have been blackmailing someone very close and dear to the killer. Maybe the person Royal was blackmailing couldn't stand it. Committed suicide.
It's an interesting theory.
Take your family, for instance.
Ouch! I'm sorry. You weren't relaxing.
Supposing Royal was blackmailing a member of your family. Your father, for instance.
I can't rub your neck unless you relax more.
Maybe your father couldn't take it. Maybe he couldn't pay him anymore, and instead of disgracing his family, he committed suicide.
Just turn your head a little to the side, Mr. Dollar.
That better?
Much.
Oh, if that happened to my family, Mr. Dahl, I guess I would kill Mr. Royal, not mind a bit.
How does your father die, Jack?
He jumped off a roof. Now, if you just turn your head a little more, I'll try to pop your vertebrae, huh?
We followed you out to Long Island yesterday, Jack.
I'm going to adjust your neck, Mr. Dahl. It's better if you relax so it won't hurt.
Well, if you wanted to, you could pop it anyway. I couldn't stop you in time.
No, I don't guess you could. There, now the other side, huh?
Did you kill Fred Royal?
Yes. Relax. All right, Mr. Dollar. Let's go down to the police station.
Lieutenant's outside with Martin. After you, Mr. Barrett. Nathan took Jack Barrett down to the station and got from him a signed confession. I went with Martin, and with every drink I saw another Barrett. So finally I gave it up and came up here to my office. Expense account. Item 2, $4.53. 1/5 of very dry gin. Martin forgot his health and hygiene for a couple of hours and finished what I didn't drink. Item 3, $16.75. Cab fare for a ride up through the country, all by myself. Expense account total, $22.68. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Remember, friends, Wrigley's Spearmint Chewing Gum refreshes you. Wrigley's Spearmint Chewing Gum gives you real chewing enjoyment. The lively, full-bodied flavor of Wrigley's Spearmint cools your mouth, freshens your taste, sweetens your breath. The smooth, pleasant chewing of Wrigley's Spearmint helps keep you feeling relaxed and satisfied, makes whatever you're doing more enjoyable. Yes, for refreshment plus chewing enjoyment, treat yourself often to Wrigley's Spearmint Chewing Gum. Millions enjoy it daily. Get a few packages and always keep some handy. That's Wrigley's Spearmint Chewing Gum. Healthful, refreshing, delicious. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, brought to you by Wrigley's Spearmint Chewing Gum, stars John Lund in the title role and was written by Blake Edwards with music by Milton Charles. Featured in tonight's cast were Edgar Barrier, Hy Averback, Hal March, Jim Nusser, Tony Barrett, and Virginia Gregg. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, is transcribed in Hollywood by Jaime Del Valle. The makers of Wrigley's Spearmint Chewing Gum hope you enjoyed tonight's story of Johnny Dollar and that you're enjoying delicious Wrigley's Spearmint Gum every day. This is Charles Lyon, inviting you to join us again next week at this same time when, from Hollywood, John Lund returns as...
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
For your listening enjoyment, John Lund as Johnny Dollar.
Philip James, Johnny.
Oh, hello, Mr. James.
Got a job for you.
I'm available.
This is an arson case. We insure the business of a Mr. Lester Matson, plastics. Old factory burned down. $700,000. Police found definite evidence that rules out accident.
How was it set?
Some kind of high-octane fuel.
Any suspects?
No, not yet. Lieutenant Ridgway at New York headquarters will fill in the details. When can you leave?
Oh, a couple of hours.
Fine. Good luck, Johnny.
Mind if I break in here for a moment to say a few words? Just the other day, I was having lunch with a group of newspaper reporters. We were talking about the government and what goes into its operation when a thought struck me. It's a funny thing, I said. They call one branch of the government the State Department when it handles all of our foreign affairs. Can any of you fellows explain that? Well, one of the reporters who writes political news piped up and said, actually, the State Department does more than handle foreign affairs. It also publishes all of the laws that have been passed by Congress and issues all the passports and visas for anyone traveling outside the United States. Well, just then the waitress brought us our coffee, and she entered the conversation. Don't forget, she said, if you're ever on a quiz show, you can maybe win a trip to the moon by telling them that the State Department has the job of making sure the Great Seal of the United States doesn't get lost. And it acts sort of like a governmental Emily Post, too. While she was making out our checks, she added this bit of information. Did you ever hear of the Division of Protocol? That's part of the State Department, too. It's the outfit that makes sure foreign diplomats who visit America get introduced the way they should and get seated in the right places at official dinners and things like that. Well, after she gave us all that information, we tipped her and went back to work. And now I think it's time we got back to our program.
Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to Home Office, Columbia All Risk Insurance Company, Hartford, Connecticut. The following is an accounting of expenditures during my investigation of the Lester Matson matter. Expense account item 1, $17.55, train fare and incidentals between Hartford and New York City. I arrived in New York, registered at a hotel, and rented a car, which I drove to police headquarters. Lieutenant Ridgway was a tall, nice-looking man with a pleasant smile and a firm handshake.
Glad to help you as much as I can, Mr. Dollar. Sit down.
Thanks, Lieutenant.
Now, how much do you know so far?
Only that the Matson plastic factory burned down.
Not all the way, but nearly.
And that you suspect arson.
Positively. We made our report to your company, Mr.
James.
Yeah.
He told me about the high-octane fuel.
Mm-hmm, in a 10-gallon can. The night watchman heard the explosion, but by the time he got there, the fire was out of control. He could see the can and the fuel burning. He could smell it, too.
No suspects?
No, not yet.
Any leads?
The owner.
You think he did it?
No, he couldn't have. He was with his daughter at a dinner party.
Then you think he had someone else?
No, I don't think so.
But you said he was a suspect.
No, I said I had a lead. He's it. Something wrong, Dollar. I don't know what it is. First, I just put it down to the natural behavior of a man who just lost his business. Later on, when I talked with him further, well, I can't really put my finger on it, but I think he's hiding something. He knows something about that fire. He's scared.
And that's it?
Yeah, that's it. I'm pretty sure he didn't have anything to do with it. He's too successful. Nice bank account, wonderful home, wonderful daughter.
Well, the factory was really worth a whole lot more than what he'll collect on the insurance, wasn't it?
Well, that's what Mr. Your boss.
James.
Yeah, James. That's what he said. The assets of the business were in the millions.
Yeah.
Well, if anything, this will really be tough on Matson. Have to build again. Dyes, molds.
Well, I think I'll stop out and see him.
Yeah. Let me know what you think.
I'll do that. The Matson home was across the river in Jersey. A big white colonial with a long circular drive that led up to the front door. A butler showed me into a spacious study, and I was told Mr. Matson would be down shortly. While I waited, I walked around and cased some of the first editions on the bookshelves.
Oh.
Hello.
Hello, I'm Christine Matson.
I'm Johnny Dollar, Miss Matson. I'm waiting for your father.
Oh?
Yeah. I'm an insurance investigator.
Insurance investigator?
About the fire.
Oh, yes.
You have a beautiful house.
Well, thank you.
Beautiful. Wonderful collection of books.
Yes. I don't imagine one person could read them all. Not in a lifetime.
No, I suppose not.
Do you like to read, Mr.
Dollar.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so bad with names.
So am I. Yes, I like to read, but I don't get much time. Been playing tennis, huh?
Mm-hmm. I just got back. Do you?
Not anymore. I used to play a little.
Well, I guess I better get upstairs.
Nice meeting you.
It's nice meeting you. Will you be staying... will you be around for any length of time while you're investigating the fire?
Well, that's hard to say. I hope so.
Hello, Chris.
Oh, hi, Dad.
How was the game?
Fine.
Mr. Dollar?
Yes, sir.
I'm Lester Matson.
How do you do?
You two have met?
Yes.
Yes, I was just on my way upstairs. See you later, Dad. Goodbye, Mr. Dollar.
Goodbye.
Well, your company notified me you'd be coming down, Mr. Dollar. You have a seat. You're an investigator.
That's right.
Well, the police have already made a pretty thorough investigation.
Yes, I've talked with Lieutenant Ridgway.
Well, I can't tell you any more than I've already told them.
You were at a party the night of the fire?
That's correct. It's all in the report.
With your daughter?
Yes.
When did you find out about the fire?
When I arrived home. Mr. Dollar, I explained to
that
you...
You've said everything to the police, yes.
That's right. There's absolutely nothing I can possibly add at this
Mr. Matson, you're insured with my company for a lot of money.
Hardly what I lost in the fire.
I'm aware of that. But I have a job to do, and this is an arson case.
That's what the police say.
A night watchman says so, too.
He could have been mistaken. In the excitement, he could very easily...
Mr. Matson, what difference does it make?
It makes a great deal of difference.
Your factory burned. You've suffered a considerable loss.
I certainly have.
I can understand how that would make a difference. But a fire's a fire. If you didn't have anything to do with it...
I most certainly did not.
Then why so much concern about whether it was deliberately set or not?
Well, wouldn't you be concerned if somebody deliberately set fire to one of your factories?
About the fire, yes, but buildings burn down all the time. Fires are started deliberately all over the country.
I am sure this one was an accident.
Well, accident or the work of a pyromaniac. If you're clear, you'll get the insurance.
You think this is the work of a pyromaniac?
Seems like a pretty reasonable assumption. But you're sure it was an accident?
Oh, I don't know. I just don't like the idea of a fire like that being started deliberately.
I admit it's a little frightening.
Yes. You have to understand, a business like mine, so many inflammables, it's a little terrifying to think someone would deliberately start a fire. Well, what if it had happened during working hours?
That's not very probable.
Well, I've read about fires in hotels. People burned to death. Deliberately started by some madman?
Yes, the firebug would have a good chance in a hotel. He wouldn't be seen so easily. Most of the people in their rooms, and he could get in and out easily. And most of those fires are started during the night sometime. But a busy factory in the daytime isn't very likely.
Well, I sincerely hope you're right.
I'm just going by the records.
You see, I have 2 more plants. Let's hope I don't turn out to be the exception to the rule.
I doubt it. Now, if you don't mind, Mr. Matson, I've still got to make a full report to my company.
Oh, certainly. I'll give you all the information I can.
Lieutenant Ridgway had been right. Something was troubling Matson. Until I'd suggested the possibility of a firebug, he was determined to convince me the fire was simply an accident, and he'd been resentful of the impending interrogation. Then the pyromaniac angle had given him some kind of an out, because he'd relaxed immediately. While I questioned him about the details of the fire, he seemed actually cheerful, even resurrected a few old bromides that I politely chuckled along with. But he told me nothing I hadn't already learned from the lieutenant, so I thanked him, shook his hand at the front door, and climbed back into my car. As I drove off, I felt sorry I couldn't have seen the daughter again, because it was certainly a sight worth seeing again. And again. I arrived back at the hotel, went up to my room, and put in a call to Lieutenant Ridgway.
What'd you think?
Yeah, something's bothering him.
Yeah, I know, but what?
Did you ever mention the possibility of a firebug having been responsible for the fire?
To Matson?
Yeah.
No, I don't think I did.
Well, I mentioned it to him, and he liked it.
What do you mean?
Until I did, he was determined to call the whole thing an accident. When I suggested a pyro, he made a complete about-face. Oh, he was subtle about it, but he forgot the accident theory.
That's right.
Yeah. He seemed actually relieved.
Oh, what do you think it means?
I don't know. It could mean he knows who started the fire. If he thought we were looking for a pyro and not some specific person that could incriminate him, that would account for his letting go of the accident theory.
I see. You agree with the pyro theory and hope we do the same. Oh, what could he gain? Financially, he ends up in a hole.
Yeah. Insurance doesn't figure.
Oh, no, he's loaded. Got all the money he needs.
And it's something else. Somebody started that fire, and I'm pretty sure Matson knows who and why.
Yeah, now all we've got to do is find the who and why.
Well, I don't mind working on the case for a while. Have you seen his daughter?
Yeah.
Maybe she started the fire.
Why would she do that?
She's the type that could. I just met her for a minute, and I'm still smoldering. The lieutenant suggested a stakeout for Lester Matson. I told him I'd check with him later, took the cold shower, changed, and went down to the hotel bar to freshen up a bit. It was about 4:30, and I was pretty fresh when a page came wandering through calling my name. He told me I was wanted on the phone. Johnny Dollar.
This is Christine Matson. Mr. Dollar?
Yes. Hello.
I found out where you were staying from your company.
Well, that's nice. Why did you find out where I was staying from my company?
Well, it's very important that I talk to you.
All right. Where are you?
I don't want to meet you at your hotel. I have to be very careful.
Well, so do I.
That's not what I mean. If certain parties saw me with you, my father's life would be in danger.
Is this about the fire?
Yes, it is. Would you meet me at the corner of 5th and 115th Street in a half hour?
Sure.
I'll be in a cab. I'll pick you up.
I'll be the guy with a fire extinguisher.
You know, many great men have attained the highest office in our land, the presidency of the United States. Can you guess the name of this man? He has been called a lawyer by profession, a fighter by choice, and a politician by force of circumstance. And he was outstanding in all three fields. In 1788, at the age of 21, he was appointed public prosecutor for the region which is now Tennessee. As president, he was the first to introduce the National Convention for the nomination of presidential candidates. During his campaign for the presidency, his opponents attempted to smear him by an unwarranted attack on his wife, Rachel, who never recovered from the ordeal and died just before her husband's inauguration. If you don't have his name by now, here's one more clue. During the Battle of New Orleans, as Major General of the Army, he accepted the help of the pirate Jean Lafitte. Who was he? Andrew Jackson, 7th President of the United States. His life is part of your American heritage.
And now, with our star, John Lund, we bring you the second act of Yours Truly, Johnny Dollar.
As long as the lovely Miss Matson was picking me up in a cab, I left the rented car behind and charged up expense account item 2. $1.65 for cab fare from the hotel to 5th and 115th Streets. It was getting dark by the time I arrived. I waited for about 10 minutes until Christine Matson's cab pulled up at the curb and she opened the door for me.
Go ahead, driver.
Well, good evening.
Is this a terrible inconvenience?
Oh, not a bit. Where are we going?
I just told him to drive around. Mr. Dollar, my father's being blackmailed.
In connection with the fire?
He had nothing to do with the fire, Mr. Dollar.
But he knows who did.
Yes. They burned the factory to frighten him, to make him pay the blackmail.
You mean someone's shaking him down?
Well, about a week ago, he was approached by 2 men. They demanded he pay them a certain percentage of the profits from his business. In return for the percentage, they guaranteed him protection.
So he didn't pay, and they set fire to the factory.
That's it.
Why didn't he go to the police?
Well, he was frightened.
Well, he couldn't have been too frightened if he refused to pay them.
He was frightened for me. Thought maybe he could bluff them by not paying, but he didn't want to take a chance and go to the police for fear they might really do something serious.
Losing $1 million business is pretty serious.
He tried to bluff them and it didn't work. Now he's really frightened. He knows they mean business, and they've told him if the police ever find out, they'll do something a whole lot worse than just start a fire.
Do something to you?
That's what Dad's afraid of.
And you're not?
Of course I am.
Aren't you taking a pretty big chance telling me about it?
Well, you're not the police. And I have been very careful. I was hoping you could help without it being necessary to start a wide-open police investigation.
You're not giving the police much credit. If you'd told them the same story, they'd have kept it completely undercover.
Oh, I thought about it, but too many people would have to know about it. And there's always the chance of someone saying something or a slip-up.
How do you know about all this?
Well, my father told me, of course.
Just like that? Daughter, darling, 2 men have been trying to blackmail
don't
me?
be silly. He said nothing at first. He kept it from me. But you see, my father and I are very close, Mr. Dollar. We've never had any secrets. After the fire, when I saw how disturbed he was, I made him tell me.
Does he know you come to see me?
Oh, no. He made me promise not to tell anyone. Well, I just had to. He's agreed to pay the men, and you know what that means. Mr. Dollar, will you help?
Well, I'll do what I can, but it's going to be tough without your father's cooperation. And you'll never be safe until these men are caught.
He's afraid of what might happen before they're caught. Why, if they find out...
There's no middle of the road in something like this. He's got to understand that.
I think he does, but... Well, he'd rather lose everything than lose me. I'm all he's got.
And he's pretty important to you, isn't he?
More than anything in the world.
Without his cooperation, I doubt if I'll be able to do much. And if he gives in to this, a man like your father, it'll keep growing until it kills him.
Well, what do you want me to say?
Tell the driver to take us to your father. Say it's all right for me to talk to him.
All right, Mr. Dollar.
She looked as though she might cry, but she didn't. She gave the driver her address, then sat back in the seat and kept looking straight ahead while the cab headed across the bridge for New Jersey. Expense account item 3, $11.75 cab fare, which I insisted upon paying after we arrived at the Matson home. The butler met us at the door, and Chris led me into the study where her father rose to greet us.
Hello, Dad.
Hello, my dear. Mr. Dollar?
Good evening, Mr. Matson.
Dad, I told Mr. Dollar. I had to.
Believe me, Mr. Matson, it's the best thing.
Chris?
Yes.
My dear girl, this can be very serious.
Dad, it's already serious.
I know, but tell me, do you intend to bring in the police, Mr. Dollar?
I promised your daughter I wouldn't, unless it was absolutely necessary.
I see. You know everything?
Yes, Dad. I told him everything.
But you've said nothing to the police as yet?
No, I haven't.
Oh. Mr. Dollar, if these men find out that you know...
Who are these men, Mr. Matson?
Mr. Dollar, I would like to tell you something. In the past, I've always confided in my daughter. This time I hesitated because of the possible consequences. But nevertheless, I told her. I did so with the provision that she keep the affair a complete secret.
Oh, Dad.
I'm not angry, my dear. Believe me. I'm sure you did what you thought was best. Unfortunately, you just didn't realize the gravity of the situation.
Certainly I realized it.
Dear, you couldn't have. You couldn't have. These men aren't fooling. They've already destroyed $1 million business. It was just lucky there wasn't anyone in the building.
So you're going to give them what they want?
Yes, Mr. Dollar, I am.
You can't win.
I'm not expecting to win. I'm just thinking of my business, my family. What would you do in the same situation, Mr. Dollar? I think you'd do exactly what I'm doing.
I don't think so.
That's easy to say.
Look, Mr. Matson, I know you're in a tough spot. You said these men aren't fooling, and you're right. They'll do anything to scare you into paying their blackmail. They'll burn down a building, threaten you and your family, even kill if it comes to that.
But you wouldn't do what I'm doing?
Maybe. If I had some assurance it would stop there. But don't you know what happens once you give in to them?
Don't you think I've thought about that? Don't you think I've considered every possibility? They'll bleed me until there's nothing left. I realize that. But there's no alternative. It's that or...
You're afraid they'll kill me.
Chris, you're my whole life.
Well, then, Dad, consider me a little.
Consider? Good Lord, that's what I'm doing. That's all I'm doing.
Not now. What about a year from now? 2 years? 5 years? Well, Dad, if you give in to these men, what will it do to you? What will you have left 5 years from now?
The business doesn't matter.
I'm not talking about the business. We can both get along without the business if we have to. We did once, we can do it again. I'm talking about you. What will happen to you if you give in to this terrible blackmail? Well, there'll be nothing left of you. It'll kill you.
Mr. Matson, in some states there's a death penalty for kidnapping. But this kind of blackmail is worse than that. These men kidnap the one thing that people like you and me can't live without. Freedom.
My daughter's life is worth my freedom 7 days a week, Mr. Dollar.
If that happened, I'd just as soon be dead. Daddy, it would ruin you, and that most certainly would ruin me. There'd be nothing left of us, nothing of what we had. We'd just be alive.
Makes a lot of sense, Mr. Matson. I hope you'll see it and help me get these men. But whether you do or don't, I've got a job. I'll try to steer clear of the police as long as I can because I made a promise to your daughter. But I'm going to try and get those guys. They have to be gotten.
Dad, please.
I don't know, Chris. All right.
Oh, Dad.
Who are the men, Mr. Matson? Shot tore through the window and caught Matson in the chest. It was a swell punctuation point for my pep talk on freedom. Before Matson hit the rug, I was on my way to the study door with my gun in my hand. Outside, I circled to the spot near the window where the gunman had been standing. I stopped and listened. From inside the house, I could hear Christine Matson phoning for a doctor. And from not too far away, toward the front of the house, I heard a car start. I ran out to the drive and spotted the car pulling away about 50 yards from the house.
Mr. Dollar! Johnny!
Get back in the house, Chris.
But Dad's bleeding. I can't stop the bleeding.
How bad is it?
I can't tell. I called Dr. Phillips.
Well, get back in that house and wait. I got the car, but there's a man in that car with a shotgun. He may still be able to use it. Now, go on. I started down the driveway for the wrecked car. It was on its side, wrapped around a big oak. The only thing moving was the right front wheel, still spinning slowly. I reached the car and looked in. The shotgun, twisted by the impact, lay on the floor. And the man who'd fired it was halfway through the windshield, his life running out all over the hood. The driver's seat was empty.
Don't move an inch. Don't turn around. Hand your gun back over your shoulder. Okay. I'll walk back to the house.
Police will be coming any minute.
I just want a car. We're borrowing one of Mr. Matson's.
How far do you think you'll get?
It's not how far I'm going to get. How far we're going to get. You're an insurance man. You gotta be my insurance. You're gonna get us just as far as you can. It all depends. What your life's worth to the law.
I couldn't see his face. Kept behind me with his gun pointed at my back. We went around to the other side of the house to the garage and stopped. He shoved the gun hard into my spine.
Open the door.
As I started to open the big garage door, a car swung in the driveway, and we were suddenly framed in the glare of its headlights. I knew it was the doctor. The man with the gun in my back didn't. He turned, expecting the police. Doctor?
Yes.
Your patient's in the house. Lester Matson lived and later identified both men as those that had tried to shake him down. They both had long records. Both had done time. The man with the shotgun was named Ernie Starbuck. The other, Stan Cole. Starbuck they buried in Potter's Field, while Cole looked unhappy. Not because he'd lost a partner, more because he'd gained a new one. A cellmate in Sing Sing he'd have to put up with for the rest of his natural life. After the doctor said her father was out of danger, I went back over to Jersey to say goodbye to Christine Matson.
Do you have to go right away?
Well, case closed. Expense account likewise.
You live in Hartford?
Yeah.
Sometimes I drive up that way.
Oh? That would be nice.
When does your train leave?
4:30. I don't catch that one. There's not another one until 12:15.
Oh. Will you be saying goodbye to Dad?
I thought I'd stop by the hospital on my way to the station. Are you going in to see him?
Mm-hmm.
Drive in with me. We can see him together. Maybe have a quick drink afterwards.
I don't like quick drinks.
No.
Johnny,
Yeah?
would it make so much difference if you took the later train?
Oh, it sure would. But, I'll take it. Expense account items 4 and 5, $103.75, car rental and hotel bill. Item 6, $19.80, train fare and incidentals back to Hartford. Expense account total, $154.50. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, stars John Lund in the title role and was written by Blake Edwards with music by Eddie Dunstetter. Featured in tonight's cast were John Larch, Lillian Baeff, Hal March, and William Johnstone. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, is produced and directed by Jaime Del Valle.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring John Lund, has come to you through the worldwide facilities of the United States Armed Forces Radio and Television Service.
From Hollywood, it's time now for Edmund O'Brien as
Johnny Dollar?
That plane crash, Johnny. Did you hear?
Yes, I just turned off my radio.
Oh, it's horrible.
Who is this?
Oh, I'm sorry. It's Sam Harris, Columbia.
Oh, sure. Does your company carry the policies on that airline?
Yes, but I'm not thinking of that. That crash was planned.
They're definite about it now.
Yes, an explosion, some kind of a bomb. There were 13 people killed in the plane. They don't know how many in the houses it crashed into. We've got to place responsibility. The company wants to do whatever it can. We've got to find whoever is responsible.
Sure, Mr. Harris. You want me to go out?
Yes, we do. Their airline representative is a man named Reed. Go out and do everything you can.
Edmund O'Brien in a transcribed adventure of the man with the action-packed expense account. America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to Home Office, Columbia All Risk Insurance Company. The following is an accounting of expenditures during my investigation of the Fairway matter. Expense account item 1, $250, cab fare to the scene of the plane crash, which, as you know, covered quite a bit of territory. The Fairway Airlines plane had taken off at 8:20 p.m., had reached an altitude of no more than 1,000 feet, and then had crashed, setting afire 2 houses a short distance from the Springfield-Hartford Airport. I got there a little after 9:30. One house had been partially saved, but the other had been completely demolished. The family of 4 living in it had been killed. The parents of one child in the first house weren't expected to live. And beyond, twisted pieces of the plane were scattered across a field. Fragments still smoking and turned white by the foam from chemical extinguishers.
Oh, there's nothing you can do here, Mr. Stone. I don't know. If you go home, we'll notify him.
Mr. Reed?
I've got to know about
Mr. Carl Reed? Mr. Carl Reed?
Yes, over here. What is it?
Please, Mrs. Goodhill, please call and wait in your car. We'll let you know as soon as we can.
My baby. My baby.
Yes? What do you want? My name is Dollar. The insurance company sent me.
Insurance company? Good Lord, this is hardly the time to worry about money, is it?
I'm a private investigator. They've hired me to help in any way I can to fix the plane.
Oh, I'm sorry. I misunderstood. I guess you have to excuse me, Mrs. Goodhue. There are some things I have to do. Come along, Mr. Dollar. She doesn't know about the explosion. And she thinks there's a chance her daughter wasn't on the plane. She was. She was the stewardess.
You haven't told her?
I can let her hope for a couple of more hours. Why shouldn't I? I've had to tell too many people. It's just horrible. I think even worse than if it had been an accident. When you know it was premeditated, when you know someone planned it. What kind of person would you have to be to plan something like this?
It's hard to believe, Mr. Reed.
But we have proof. There was an explosion in the extreme after section. It destroyed all the control cables to the tail assembly.
I don't suppose the civil aeronautics man is here yet.
No, he's on his way. They're sending one of their best, S.W. Nugent. Captain Lenhart of the state police is here, though.
Oh? I'd like to speak to him, then. You have any idea where he is?
The last time I saw him, he was over by that ambulance. Oh, it's left. But, see the group of men over by the hangar?
Yeah?
They collected the bodies there. Made as many identifications as possible.
I know it's bad, Mr. Reed, but don't you go to pieces now. That wouldn't help at all.
I'll be all right. I'll see you later.
Yeah. I remembered Captain Jim Lenhart from a case we'd shared last year, and I found him in the group of silent men. The silence and the expressions told better than words how they felt about the row of sheet-draped bodies on the ground.
How was Reed making out? I thought he was going to pieces a little while ago.
He's still in pretty bad shape.
Well, he's not alone. But for us, anyway, Dollar, it could have been worse. Plane could have been filled.
Yeah, that crossed my mind. And you and I are thinking together, Captain, that our approach will be to find out if we can which victim was the planned victim.
Well, with what we have now, I don't see any other way to start, do you?
No. The possibilities, as I see them, are murder with a motive, suicide disguised, or a homicidal maniac.
That must cover it. I have men covering the airport and a 2-mile circle around it. Their orders are to question everybody they spot, search every car. That's about all we can do tonight.
Well, I'll see you in the morning, then, if it's all right with you.
It sure is. I'm glad to have you on the case. I'll meet you in my office at 9.
Good.
Oh, there's another ambulance. And get the rest of these poor devils into the morgue. Try to find out who they are.
The next morning, the official findings were released. The explosive had been nitroglycerin. It had been detonated by some electrical means, which it was assumed was connected to a timing device that had not yet been found. Captain Lenhart's men had questioned a number of suspicious characters near the airport without result. But he himself had received an anonymous tip on a possible suspect, a Wilbur Wheeler, who was a member of the ground crew that had serviced the plane just before its takeoff. Wheeler was shown to the captain's office about 40 minutes after I'd gotten there.
Why'd you pick me to come up here? Why didn't you get Straker or Mills? They're over me.
It's just routine, Wheeler.
Routine, but you must have a reason. I got a right to know if you got a reason, haven't I?
Why do you think we started with you?
Well, I'm asking you, aren't I?
Don't be evasive, Wheeler. Can't you say you don't know?
The stewardess who died in that crash, Shirley Goodhue.
I know. I know it.
We understand that she meant something to you.
Weren't you in love with her?
Yes.
We understand that you made quite a pest of yourself phoning her at home, waiting for her at the airport.
And then a week or so ago, you learned she was going to marry the co-pilot who was killed. What's his name?
Bill Strand, wasn't it, Wheeler?
Yeah. You're saying that you think I caused that crash, aren't you?
You wanted to know why you were here?
I told you it was just routine, Wheeler. And it would have been if you'd acted differently. But it sounded as though you were trying to hide some facts from us.
Well, I won't anymore. I don't have any reason to.
Then why did you?
I don't know. I've been going crazy since I heard about it last night. I was still at the field, and I got sick, and I had to go home.
Yeah, we heard about that.
I got home, and I turned on my radio. Then I heard what caused the crash, that explosion. I knew that a lot of things I've said and a lot of things I'd done were going to make trouble for me. Even getting sick and coming home was bad.
What were some of the other things?
I said some pretty bad things to Shirley when I heard she was going to marry Strand. Then I had a fight with him.
You had a fight with him over the same thing?
Well, I guess for me it was really over that. He ordered me around one day, and I didn't like it, and that's how it started. He beat me up pretty bad and said he'd have my job. And I told him that I'd see the day his plane with him in it would be plastered against some hill. I know what it sounds like now, but it didn't mean anything. It was just talk.
There's plenty of that, all right.
You heard enough, Dollar?
I think so.
That's all then, Wheeler.
I can go?
Yeah. Nobody would be stupid enough to compromise himself the way you did, then pull a job like this.
I sure made a lot of mistakes. I know that.
Yeah. Just be around or we can find you if we want to talk to you anymore.
I can't go back to that airport, sir. I was going to call him and quit if it's all right with you.
Just be where we can find you, that's all.
I will. I'm sorry.
A lot of people are, Wheeler.
I know. Well...
Goodbye, Wheeler. Thanks for coming down.
Yes, sir.
What do you think?
The only reason I say forget him is because he's the first one we've questioned and things don't work out that way.
Yeah. Collins, the man just leaving my office. Name is Wheeler. Wilbur Wheeler. Have two of the boys get on him and stay. I'll arrange to relieve him tonight. Yeah, thanks.
I'd like to know what's in his background. I'd like to get a psychiatrist's reaction, wouldn't you?
We'll learn about him. Now, let's get on this list of passengers and see what we can get from their survivors.
We spent the rest of the day on the efforts of 6 more of Captain Lenhart's men preparing files on the 10 dead passengers. One file contained nothing but a name, Rupert Stone, gotten from the ticket office records as that of a man who had paid cash for space to Augusta, Maine. The Hartford address he had given was non-existent, and the phone number rang a bakery where no one had ever heard of a Rupert Stone. That one we dropped until the accurate identification of the bodies was complete. Lenhart and I started out to follow up a couple of the others that evening.
This is rotten work.
Check.
Mrs. Graham?
Yes?
This is Mr. Dollar. I'm Captain Lenhart of the State Police. We'd like to talk to you about the death of your husband.
No. I've talked too much. It only keeps in my mind the things I saw in that field. And the women crying.
We know, Mrs. Graham, but it's our job to fix the responsibility. We only want to ask you a few questions.
You'd want to help find whoever caused all those deaths if you could, wouldn't you?
How can I help?
May we come in?
All right. But only a little while. I haven't slept.
Thank you.
Oh, no, Skipper. Be quiet. He knows. Poor old dog. Very soon he will die. Then I'll be alone. Oh, please sit down.
Oh, thank you, Miss Graham.
Yes, thank you. Mrs. Graham, your husband...
Yes?
Well, he bought space to Boston, didn't he?
Yes. His brother's buried there.
Oh.
He was a religious man. Quite often he would go to visit his brother's grave.
I see.
I think that's all we needed, wasn't it, Dollar, to recheck his plan?
Yeah. Yes, I think that was all.
Yeah, I think we'd better go. We're sorry to have bothered you, Mrs. Graham.
And thank you very much for seeing us.
All right.
Yes, thanks very much. Don't bother to get up. You don't have to come to the door with us. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, Mrs. Graham.
Quiet, Skipper. He won't come back.
I couldn't cut it. I think that dog did it. Sorry.
Don't apologize to me.
This hasn't happened to me since I was a rookie.
Forget it.
But grilling a poor old woman to find out if her husband's cancer might have driven him to suicide, I couldn't go through it.
A whole rotten mess. I think it's getting us so old. Why don't we have a couple of drinks on the way downtown? Forget it for tonight, huh? Or try to?
That suits me. You know Al's on Front Street?
Yeah, it's fine. Any place.
Well, let's go then. I'll phone in from there and have Collins check me off duty.
Your friend didn't leave.
No, he had a phone. I'll catch it.
It's $1.60, sir.
That's good enough. Keep it.
Thank you. Oh, here he comes.
Well, drink up, Dollar. Guess I'll have to waste mine, because it seems I'm not off duty.
What happened?
Well, we're back to that stewardess again. The explosive has been checked to her equipment. The lab men say some twisted metal they found used to be a first aid box. They think it was in there.
That brings Wilbur Wheeler back again, too, huh?
He's been picked up right now.
I don't think I need this drink to get through a session with him.
We will return you to the second act of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in just a moment. Lee Tracy plays his rollicking screen role of Hilda Johnson, newspaperman, in Hector MacArthur's perennial comedy, The Front Page, tomorrow night on CBS Broadway Playhouse. It's an all-fun cast headed by Lee Tracy as Chicago's Hector MacArthur farce about crime reporters comes to life once again on Broadway Playhouse tomorrow night over most of these same CBS stations. Now, with our star, Edmund O'Brien, we return you to the second act of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Not necessarily, Wheeler, not necessarily.
Well, I heard you do.
Did you locate Carl Reed, Dollar?
Yeah, he was at home. Poor guy's been under doctor's care, but I think I got what we need. How have you two been getting along?
Yeah, Wheeler just got here. We were covering the point of whether or not I have a right to have him brought down here.
Maybe I'm wrong.
You are.
Didn't you want to come, Wilbur?
I guess I don't like the idea of being loaded into a police car twice in one day with everybody in the block gawking at me.
A lot of people have been loaded into police cars today, Wheeler. They were glad to come in and do anything they could to help clear this thing up.
Well, I want to help, too. I didn't mean it that way.
We're glad to hear that. How long have you worked for the Fairway Airline?
About a year and a half, I guess.
What'd you do before that?
What do you mean? You still think I had something to do with that crash? That's what you mean, isn't it?
We'd like to find out who did. Wouldn't you?
But you think I did it, and I didn't. I told you I didn't. Even you said I didn't.
And it sounds like you've got nothing to worry about, so calm down and answer our questions.
I want to know why you're asking questions like that. Why did you bring me back here?
Because some new evidence has turned up. That's why.
What does that have to do with me?
It has to do with Shirley Goodhue.
I don't know what you mean. I don't know what you're talking about. I told you everything there was about her and me.
Did you know that she carried a first aid kit aboard the plane last night?
First aid kit? I don't know what you mean.
You don't?
After working there a year and a half?
What did you do on the plane?
I brought food on, checked the water, and a few other things.
Things that the stewardess would be involved in. She'd be there with you, wouldn't she?
Yeah, but I don't know what you're driving at. I don't know what you mean.
In the back part of the plane?
Yes.
Shirley was there, and you were there last night.
Yeah, but I wish...
Where did she put her first aid kit, Wheeler?
Why do you ask me that? I don't remember. I didn't notice. They had a place they kept it, but I didn't notice.
Was it open?
I don't know.
What was in it?
If I knew what you meant, I don't know why you're asking me these things.
I talked to Mr. Reed, so I know about these things. Fairway is an unscheduled airline, so they have their own particular routines. One of them is that this first aid kit is the stewardess's responsibility. Each one is a kit. They take it off the plane when they leave, and they bring it aboard when they report for work.
I don't know what you're talking about.
The explosive, Wheeler. The nitroglycerin that was hidden in that first aid kit.
I didn't put it there. That's what you mean, but I didn't do it. I didn't know anything about it.
Enough explosive to tear out the whole tail assembly.
I didn't do it. I didn't.
13 people in that plane, Wheeler. 4 people in one of the houses it crashed into. Probably 2 more in the other.
I didn't do it. I didn't do it.
Wilbur Wheeler was turned over to the police psychiatrist because we couldn't get any farther with him. And a lie detector test was arranged for the following morning. The web that was tightening around him was only circumstantial. And the question was, did he know that he could keep on saying he hadn't done it and that we couldn't do anything without physical proof? Or was he innocent? Our last move that night was to go to Wheeler's room. We were looking for wire that could be checked to that used with the explosive. We couldn't find that or anything else that could be a definite help. But a couple of things we didn't find seemed strange.
Hey, he said he came home and turned on his radio. Well, there isn't a radio here.
Maybe we've got him on a real lie there. Newspapers, Lenhart. Can you find any?
Well, I hadn't noticed. No, there aren't any. Unless he's got them out of sight someplace.
Why would he do that? Huh? Not in the wastepaper basket. You'd think a man as closely connected to this as he was would want to find out what the papers were saying, wouldn't you? Guilty or innocent.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know, Dollar. I'm bushed. Let's drop it for tonight, huh?
I'm ready.
We'll try him again tomorrow. I'll drop you at home and see you about 9 in the morning.
The next morning, Lenhart and I talked to the psychiatrist who'd spent a couple of hours with Wheeler. In technical terms, what he said was that Wheeler was definitely suffering from a severe guilt complex. But whether that meant he had actually committed the crime or had only wished secretly that harm would come to Miss Goodhue wasn't clear yet. In terms of evidence, that meant nothing. The lack of a radio or newspapers in his room, the doctor tossed off as meaning merely that Wheeler was hiding from actuality. As Captain Lenhart put it,
if that doctor thinks he helped my mental condition, he's wrong.
That afternoon, there were 2 developments. The first one was the report that the results of Wilbur Wheeler's lie detector test were negative, but his reactions put the mark of guilt all over him. The second came from the Fairway office of Carl Reed. He'd been unable to locate another of his stewardesses, and when finally he'd sent someone to her apartment, she'd been found, shot to death. We met Mr. Reed at the scene of the second crime.
I simply had to get back on the job today. 2 of our flights were delayed yesterday because of my going to pieces.
You better watch it now, Mr. Reed.
I don't know if
Just take it easy. You try to phone this girl and tell her to report for one of your flights. And when you send somebody out here, she was found dead, right?
Yes. I hadn't tried to contact Alice before because I knew that she and Miss Goodhue had been close friends, and I knew she must have felt almost responsible for her death.
Why, Mr. Reed?
Why? She was scheduled for the flight the other night. I thought you knew that.
No, we didn't. I wish we had.
But I told you that night at the scene of the crash. I was talking to her mother, Mrs. Goodhue.
Yes, I remember that. You said she thought there was a chance that her daughter wasn't on the plane.
I told you the other girl was scheduled to
No,
go...
Mr. Reed, no. You made it sound like Mrs. Goodhue thought her daughter was on a different flight. You didn't say anything about another stewardess.
Oh, good Lord.
It's all right. It's all right, Mr. Reed. The human mind isn't infallible. But it can correct its mistakes. Well, go on. Tell us now.
That's all. With everything else, I suppose it didn't seem important. I know our procedure is less exact than the larger companies. The girls often traded flights.
When did you find out about this trade?
Not until Mrs. Goodhue told me that her daughter had gone to work that night.
You didn't discuss it with her by any chance?
No, I didn't discuss it that night and
I think we'd better go see Mrs. Goodyear, Dollar.
I think so.
Sergeant Collins over there will be in charge here, Mr. Reed. He may want to ask you a few more questions.
All right.
Collins, I'm leaving. I'll see you at headquarters.
Right.
You know what this probably means?
The case against Wheeler is shot.
Second stewardess, that's a pattern. Everything we've tried to do has been for nothing.
Circumstantial evidence sometimes does that. But we were close. We settled on a stewardess anyway, as the intended victim.
Yeah, but it doesn't help to think that maybe all those people died because of a mistake. The wrong stewardess died in the crash, and the killer had to come back to take care of the right one.
Of course, I'll tell you anything I can.
Well, we've just learned that your daughter wasn't scheduled to be on that plane, Mrs. Goodyear.
No, she wasn't.
Do you know why she happened to be?
We understand that she and Alice Turner exchange flights quite often, but do you know how it happened the other night?
Well, no. Shirley was here at home, and the phone rang.
What time was that, please?
Oh, I hardly remember. We'd had an early dinner.
The plane took off at 8:25. How long before then?
Well, an hour at least. No, it was less than that because Shirley left in such a hurry.
What did she say?
Well, she said that one of the girls was sick and she was going to take her place on a flight. Just up to Maine and back, she said. She said she'd be home soon after midnight. I've never liked rushed decisions, and I've always worried when Shirley left in a hurry like that.
She did it quite often?
Yes. Yes, they all did it. 6 of them live here in Hartford. I never liked it.
Did she trade more often with Alice Turner than the others, do you know?
Well, I don't think so. No, it was an agreement, almost a code. If one of them couldn't work, one of the others would fill in.
Well, then it's possible that Alice Turner called some of the others before she called your daughter.
Yes, it is possible. And I wish that
Naturally, the hope that Captain Lenhart and I had was that we'd find another of the stewardesses Alice Turner had talked to and learn the reason she had wanted to get out of the fatal flight. We didn't. She hadn't called any of the others, and we were left with nothing. Nothing but the prospect of starting the whole investigation over from the beginning. The enormity of the crime had been in all of our minds from the first night. We'd never thought it might have a positive quality, but it did. The horror of it led to the solving of it late that afternoon. Lenhart and I had found no place from which to start over. I went back to my apartment building, and in the corridor just outside my door...
Is your name Dollar?
Huh? Yeah. Can I help you?
I want to talk to you. I think we better go inside, huh?
Oh, I'm pretty busy.
I know you are. I want to talk about the plane explosion.
Oh? All right, come on in.
Now, look, I can't stand it anymore. I read about Alice Turner this afternoon, and I can't stand it, that's all.
What do you know about it?
Just that, all those people killed for nothing. And I'm partly to blame, too. I'm ready to give myself up.
Why'd you come to me, then? Why didn't you go to the police?
Well, you can talk to somebody like you. The police are always putting the case for the state.
Okay. They'll get you anyway.
But you'll know what I really said.
Go ahead.
His name is Church. Arthur Church.
Who is Arthur Church?
He's the chief pusher for a bigger narcotics outfit than you ever thought there was.
We've had a few cranks in this case already.
No crank. Alice Turner was carrying the stuff for him. She wanted to get out and Church wouldn't let her. So she got smart. She set up a meeting with a federal man the other night. That's why she was killed. All the rest.
Doesn't make sense. If she'd made this date, don't you think the Federals would have been in on this?
Alice didn't tell him who she was or what she did.
How do you know all this?
I'm the one that told her Church was on to her. I told her to drop it, not to go. That's my part of it. I told her Church was on to her. And that he'd stop her some way. I told her to drop it no matter what.
I don't like it. Why would she put Shirley Goodhue on the spot?
Well, Alice didn't know what would happen. I didn't know. Who could know he'd do anything like that?
Why did he? If what you say is true, he could have stopped her some other way.
That's my doing, too. I kept her out of sight. And the other night, I told her to do anything to stay where she was and not to go to the field. She believed me then and called Shirley Goodyear and told her she was sick. And that's why she didn't go.
Do you know where the explosive was that wrecked the plane?
I read today. The first aid kit. That's where Alice carried the stuff.
And it was her kid. How did the Goodhue girl get it?
Because she was called at the last minute, and Alice had her things in the locker at the field. Oh, now look, Mr. Dollar, I wouldn't be here if I wasn't telling the truth. It's a peddling rap for me. But I've been reading these stories about the people that got killed and the families that are left. I couldn't take it. I knew the truth. And then when Alice was killed, there was no reason for not telling what I knew.
Are you ready to go to the police with him?
You heard what I got to say. I'm giving myself up. You're a witness to that.
Do you know where this Arthur Church is?
Yeah, he and I, we live together.
And you'll come with us.
If I have to, sure. Sure, I'll take it to him.
This it, Moran?
This is where I left him.
You go in then and tell him who's here.
All right.
Just call him naturally now.
All right. All right. Are you here?
I'm here, you dirty... Get out of the way. I got it.
Expense account item 2, miscellaneous, $23.45. Expense account total, $25.95. Remarks? With the cost of the other people, the total hardly seems important, does it? I think it would be easier to forget the $25 than the rest of the matter, so let's do it. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, stars Edmund O'Brien in the title role and is written by Gil Dowd with music by Eddie Dunstetter. Edmund O'Brien can soon be seen in the Paramount Pictures production Warpath. Featured in tonight's cast were Peter Leeds, Ray Hartman, Martha Wentworth, Bill Boucher, Victor Perrin, and Virginia Gregg. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, is transcribed in Hollywood by Jaime Del Valle. This is Dan Coverly inviting you to join us next week at the same time when Edmund O'Brien returns as...
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Every time you buy a United States defense bond, you help in our defense effort, and you help build your personal security. Yes, defense bonds are good for you and good for your country. Remember, defense is your job. Buy United States defense bonds. Many people find their way to the police lineup. The innocent, the vagrant, the thief. A surprising number of action-packed police cases begin when interested parties survey the lineup. And that's where our thrilling lineup story begins tomorrow night over most of these same CBS stations. Listen for these authentic dramas about real police methods on CBS. This is CBS, where you'll never lose when you follow the news on the Columbia Broadcasting System.
From Hollywood, it's time now for John Lund as...
Johnny Dollar.
My name's Elgin, Mr. Dollar. Claims Division, Delaware Mutual Life.
What can I do for you, Mr. Elgin?
Would you be free to work on a case for us?
Oh, I might be. What kind of a case is it?
It involves a man named Patterson and a claim we paid off to the tune of $40,000.
Uh-huh.
You see, Patterson died in 1947. All the routine procedures were followed. There was no reason for not honoring the policy at the time.
And there's reason now, Mr. Elgin?
That's for you to find out, Mr. Dollar. A lifelong friend of the deceased swears he's still alive and kicking.
I'll take the case, Mr. Elgin.
John Lund in a transcribed adventure of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar, Hartford, Connecticut. To Controller's Office, Delaware Mutual Life Insurance Company, Wilmington, Delaware. The following is an accounting of expenditures during my investigation of the Walter Patterson matter. Expense account item 1, $78.14, fare and incidentals between Hartford and Wilmington. I arrived at 2:30 in the afternoon, found a room at the Chesapeake Hotel, stowed my luggage, and went directly to your headquarters, Mr. Elgin.
Of course, reports like this cross my desk ever so often. If I ran them all down, I'd get nothing else done.
And 10 times out of 10, the report's wrong.
Yes, I know that, but this report bears investigation. I can remember 3 years after my father's death, I saw a man on a subway train in New York who, well, he looked exactly as I remembered my dad. I finally walked up and asked him his name. The minute he spoke, I lost the impression altogether. I think a lot of people have had that same kind of experience at one time or another, don't you?
Yes, I suppose so. We all have a double somewhere, they say. An old friend saw this man, Patterson?
Yes, in Tucson, Arizona. Her name's Virginia Collier. I'd have her here now to talk to you, but unfortunately, she's en route to Europe.
Oh, I see.
2 weeks ago, Mrs. Collier stopped off in Tucson on her way back from Los Angeles. She claims that she saw Walter Patterson as big as life sitting in a bar at the El Conquistador Hotel.
Is that all?
No, she managed to talk to him. He told her his name was Euler, William Euler. Mrs. Collier says he pretended not to know her at all.
Uh-huh.
Now, here's the first point, Dollar. I wired authorities in Tucson to run a check on William Euler. In their conversation, Euler told Mrs. Collier that he'd been born and raised in Tucson. But from all we could gather, he'd never bought property or made a financial negotiation there until June of 1947.
Oh, wait. This Mrs. Collier, do you consider her reliable?
Well, that's another point. If it had been anybody else, I don't think I'd have bothered making even a cursory check. But Mrs. Collier practiced law here for a number of years and sat on the circuit bench for 2 terms. She's most reliable, and she knew Walter Patterson all of his life.
Okay. Go on.
The next thing is that Mrs. Collier distinctly remembered Patterson's limp. He was a pilot in the war. One leg was about half an inch shorter than the other from injuries he received in the crash. Mrs. Collier said this man Euler had an identical limp.
Well, with the similarity of features, it'd be easy for her to imagine that part, don't you think?
Yes, I know what you're driving at, but there are some other things, too. Mrs. Collier asked Euler if he'd ever gone to Amherst. That's where Patterson went to college. Euler denied it, said he was a Notre Dame graduate. That didn't check out either. Now, we can assume that William Euler merely looked a great deal like the late Walter Patterson and told some inaccuracies in a conversation at the bar. Or we can assume that he's really Walter Patterson, covering rather badly in the face of an old acquaintance who recognized him. At any rate, this is Mrs. Collier's entire statement, duly notarized.
All right.
Now, this is a copy of the original policy on Patterson.
How long with this company?
Since 1936. Started with 2 $5,000 policies and built up to a master over a period of years.
I see.
Here. $20,000. Patterson was killed in a plane crash, and we paid double indemnity on the accident clause.
Oh.
It happened in April of 1947. Patterson took off on a rented plane one day and crashed offshore down the coast. Part of the plane wreckage was recovered, but his body was never found. The appellate court declared him legally dead after the usual 3-year waiting period, April 5th, 1950. Patterson's lawyer filed claim for the widow April 17th, and we issued a full check April 30th of that year.
Investigators' reports?
Right in this folder. Now, this is the last picture ever taken of Patterson, and these are his vital statistics.
Uh-huh.
I didn't know exactly what you'd want to do first, so I thought they might prove helpful. If we had a body to exhume, it could all be handled rather simply.
Is Patterson's widow the beneficiary?
Yes, Gloria Ann Patterson. Incidentally, she knows nothing about this report yet.
Oh? Well, where'd these things come from? Pictures and fingerprints aren't stock material in insurance files.
Mr. Brennan, Patterson's lawyer, gathered them for me. He's been very helpful.
Oh. Has Patterson's widow been checked?
As far as the money goes, she simply banked it in a savings account. Hasn't been touched at all.
Well, on the face of it, that would eliminate the probability of any fraud on her part for the moment.
It would.
Well, I want to look this all over.
Sure. You'll keep in touch with me, won't you?
You bet. I spent the remainder of my day in and about Wilmington talking to the principals connected with the plane crash death of Walter Patterson. Number 1 was the radio operator who'd spoken to him last. Number 2, a mechanic at the flying field. And number 3, Lieutenant James Craigson, Coast Guard, who had conducted the search in the bay. See attached statement. We both agreed that an unreported rescue was possible but highly improbable. And when I left for Tucson that night, I was more or less convinced that all I'd find there would be a lot of desert sunshine. Expense account item 2. $202.25, plane fare and incidental expenses from Wilmington to Tucson. I settled for a motel room out by the Veterans Hospital, slept 6 hours, then looked up Sergeant Tyler at the police station.
Yeah, sure, Mr. Dollar. What can I do for you?
Well, Mr. Elgin said you sent him a little information on William Yoler. I wonder if you have anything to add to that, Sergeant.
No, nothing much. Of course, I don't know what you folks are driving at exactly. I just checked up on him a little bit.
Well, he resembles a man who's supposed to be dead. And that's why I'm here.
I see. Well, there's nothing much I can add to what I sent Mr. Elgin, Dollar. Yoler's never been in any trouble around here. Gets along fine.
You were the one who checked out the residency business?
Yeah. According to vitals, Yoler wasn't born in this state, and like I said, no one knew him around here until 5 years ago.
What does he do?
Nothing. Always seems to have plenty of money. Bought a nice little house out in Sierra Vista. Paid $42,000 for it.
Is he married?
No, lives alone there. Putters around with clay and painting.
You know if he flies?
I couldn't tell you that. He might.
How about his friends?
Lots of them, Mr. Dollar. Little town like this, you get to know people fast. Now, really, you folks might be spending a lot of money for nothing. Will Yoler don't seem like the kind of fellow who's hiding out from anybody.
Yeah, I agree. But I'll have to talk to him anyhow.
Yeah. Here's his address. Sure pretty day, isn't it?
Sure is. Mr. Yoler?
Yo. Who are you?
My name's Dollar. I'm an insurance investigator.
Oh? Well, come on in.
Oh, thanks.
Take a chair. Anywhere. Now, what's on your mind?
Oh, I'm just making a routine check, Mr. Yoler. I thought perhaps you could help me.
No, what about?
Well, I'm running down a report in the home office. Tell me, do you happen to remember a few days ago when you were out at the El Conquistador Hotel?
I'm out there all the time. What about it? I steal something?
No, you met a woman named Collier.
Did I?
Yes, it was at the bar. You had a drink with her.
I might have. I still don't understand, though.
Well, I know it seems confusing. Maybe this will help. Take a look at this.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you'll admit you look a great deal like the man in the picture.
Yeah, I suppose I do. I'll be darned. I do at that.
Well, that's why I'm here. You see, the company I represent insured the man in this picture for quite an amount of money. He was lost in a plane crash 5 years ago. The Mrs. Collier, who saw you here, thought you were him.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm not. Oh, I wasn't in the Army. You want to smoke?
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
She was a lifelong friend of the man, Mr. Yoler. I have her sworn statement about the identity.
Well?
What years did you go to Notre Dame?
I didn't go to Notre Dame. What is this?
Well, that's what you told Mrs. Collier.
Oh. Oh, now I remember that woman. Well, that was on Sunday. Yeah, well, I might have told her anything, Mr. Dollar. You know, she was one of those inquisitive kind. I never could make out what was on her mind.
Oh, now I get it. She thought that I was this man.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Did you go to college?
Yeah, Tulane. I got out in 36.
You haven't lived in Arizona all your life. Where else have you lived?
Mr. Dollar, I don't want to be unpleasant, but do you have any right to ask me questions like this?
Well, no, I don't. But you'll help me a lot if you'll answer them, Mr. Yoler.
All right, why not? Well, I've lived in Cincinnati, Buffalo, around the country. I came here a few years ago for my health. I got a little asthma that bothers me.
Ever been married?
Yeah, once, 1944. It didn't last very long. Anything else you want to know?
Are you in a hurry? I can come back later.
No, not exactly. I've got to go downtown today, that's all. Look, you seem like a nice enough guy, but it makes me uncomfortable answering these questions of yours.
Well, and I appreciate the time you've given me already, Mr. Yoler. Please understand, it's just a matter of identity.
Well, you know who I am. I just told you.
That's true.
I don't like this business much. Is there any way that we can eliminate it? I have a birth certificate and some other papers. You can have them. Make photostats if you like.
Well, that's very kind of you, Mr. Yoler.
Well, they're in my safety deposit box down at the bank. I'll get them for you this afternoon.
Okay. My job is to check them.
Sure, it's okay by me. Well, how do you like Tucson?
Well, it's a lot different from Connecticut.
Yeah, I'll bet.
The birth certificate and whatever else you have will help a lot, but wonder if I could ask another favor.
Sure, what is it?
The most positive identification would be fingerprints.
Oh?
Mr. Yoler, I'm not so much interested in who you are, but simply in proving that you're not Walter Patterson. If you volunteered a set of prints, it'd save me a great deal of digging around. Could you drop in at the police station?
Certainly, Mr. Dollar. Why not?
Well, that'll be fine.
That's all right. Nice meeting you.
Same here. If he was trying to cover something, it certainly wasn't apparent from his conversation or his actions. He was almost too anxious to help me. By 5 o'clock, I had made reservations to return to Wilmington because the set of fingerprints, see attached, which Mr. Yoler made at the Tucson police station later that day, in no way matched the right thumb and index prints recorded in your file for Walter Patterson. In short, the report seemed erroneous. William Yoler might not have been William Yoler, but he certainly was not Walter Patterson. Johnny Dollar.
Will Yoler, Mr. Dollar.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for the prints.
Dollar, I've got to talk to you.
Something wrong?
Plenty. Do you know how to get to the Arizona Inn?
Well, I can find it.
All right, I'll be there in 20 minutes.
In the tone of his voice, I felt compelled to get there in half that time. I sat down at the bar and ordered a drink and waited for him to show up. An hour later, I was still waiting. I called his house 3 times and received no answer. I began to get worried. Finally, I left word with the bartender and took a cab out to his house. I arrived there at 8:35. There were no lights on and apparently no one around. I walked up to the front door and found it partially open. Yoler? Yoler? Mr. Yoler?
Operator,
Give me the police, please.
one moment.
Sergeant Tyler speaking.
Johnny Dollar, Sergeant.
Hi, how's it going? Thought you were leaving.
Not for a while, Sergeant. I'm at Will Yoler's house. He's been murdered.
We'll return to yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in just a moment. Every Saturday on CBS Radio, Theater of Today brings you fresh, gripping drama, well-acted stories of human relations. Sometimes it's comedy, sometimes serious. Always, Theater of Today strikes a chord of response in listeners who readily identify the stories with their own experience, past or present. Remember to hear Theater of Today every Saturday in the daytime on most of these same CBS radio stations. Now, with our star, John Lund, we bring you the second act of Yours Truly, Johnny Dollar.
Turned out to be a long night. Sergeant Tyler and several homicide officers arrived at the murder scene within a matter of minutes and got right down to the matter at hand. Yoler had been beaten to death. There were signs of a violent struggle having taken place all over the house, kitchen, bathroom, living room. As far as the police could determine, nothing was missing. The motive, the name of the killer, and any probable suspects were all up in the air as Sergeant Tyler drove me back to my motel room.
The whole thing's a mess, Dollar. You sure he didn't say anything else to you on the phone?
Just asked to meet me. I'll admit he sounded frightened, worried about something. But I don't get it. Our business was all finished. He wasn't the man I was looking for.
You going to be around for a while?
Well, if I can help you, I'll stick around, sure. Otherwise, I'll get back to Wilmington as soon as I can.
I'd like to have you around for a day or two.
You have a particular reason, Sergeant?
Yes, I do.
What?
I want to find me a killer, and I think you can help. Nobody walks into a man's house, fights with him, breaks up furniture and lamps, beats him to death without making a lot of noise about it.
Well, the wind was pretty strong.
I don't care if a hurricane was blowing. When people fight like that, there's always noise. Somebody heard something. Somebody saw something. Somebody saw someone. My men will cover every house in Sierra Vista if they have to turn up a witness. Bound to be somebody, somewhere.
The dogged Sergeant Tyler turned out to be 100% correct. In fact, 300% correct. For by 11 o'clock the following morning, his men had located 3 different people who had information about the brutal murder of William Yoler. One of them, a Mrs. Lucas, gave us what turned out to be our best lead.
I take a walk every evening after dinner. It's the nicest part of the day.
And you were out walking last night, Mrs. Lucas?
Yes. I told the officers everything.
Would you tell us, please, Mrs. Lucas?
I walked past Mr. Yoler's house on my way down the arroyo.
What time was that, Mrs. Lucas?
Between 7:30 and 8. And I saw Mr. Yoler standing in front of the house talking to this man. I spoke to him, and he spoke to me.
Can you describe the man he was talking to?
Yes, I saw him very well. He was a very large man. Bigger than Mr. Yoler, and Mr. Yoler always struck me as a big man.
Go on.
Well, this man was a good 2 inches taller. He had on a top coat, a tweed one, and he had his hat in his hand. His hair was red.
How old would you say?
Not over 40.
Have you ever seen him before?
No. I noticed him when I walked by on my way down the arroyo, as I said. And then when I was coming back, I could see through the window, and he was still there.
With the lights on in the house?
Oh, yes, in the living room, and the porch light was still on, too.
Would you know this man if you saw him again, Mrs. Lucas?
Well, yes, I would. I'm sure I would. He was so big.
Was there a car out in front of Mr. Yoler's house?
I didn't notice one. That could have been.
Was there a bus service that runs up
Oh,
there?
no. Everyone who lives in the arroyo has to have a car. No buses up there at all.
Sergeant Tyler issued an all-points bulletin according to the description given by the witnesses. In the meantime, his men checked the local cab companies and found out that one of the drivers had carried a fare to William Yoler's house at 6:30 the previous evening. The cab driver verified Mrs. Lucas's description of the suspect and the important information that he had picked up the suspect at the airport. When that was checked, it was found the man had arrived on a plane from the east at 5:45 in the afternoon. He had used the name Roger Bales. But except for a strong case against him, the whole thing was still very confusing from our point of view. Expense account item 3, $6.50. Long-distance telephone charges to your office.
Well, I'll be darned. You have to stay there?
Well, they've asked me to, Mr. Elgin.
Well, as far as the insurance company's concerned, it's really none of our business, is it?
That's right, Mr. Elgin. If I'm going to...
Dollar.
Oh, hold on. Yeah?
Answer from Washington on your wire.
Oh, yeah?
Here.
Let me see. Mr. Elgin.
Yes?
It is our business, after all.
Huh?
The War Department has a better sample of Walter Patterson's prints than you gave me. These check out.
Slow down. I still don't understand.
I wired a sample of Yoler's prints to the War Department this morning for a positive identification. They just answered me. Yoler was Walter Patterson.
Uh-oh.
Where did you get those prints that were in the file you gave me?
Mr. Brennan, Patterson's lawyer, got them for me. From a pilot's license.
Uh-huh.
I'd better call Mr. Brennan.
Oh, don't you dare.
Well, what can I do to help you, Dollar?
Don't open your mouth. I'll handle it when I get there. Expense account item 4, $42.85. Expenses while in Tucson. And item 5, same as item 2, traveling expenses from Tucson to Wilmington. I arrived at 10:15 in the evening, called you, obtained lawyer Brennan's home address, and went directly there. The house was English, conservative, expensive. And the fire in the living room looked cheerful when the door opened.
Yes?
Good evening. I'd like to see Mr. Brennan, please. It's rather important. My name is Dollar.
Bob's been ill for the last 2 or 3 days, Mr. Dollar. He's up in his room reading now. If you're sure it's important, I'll disturb you.
It is, Mrs. Brennan, very important.
I'm not Mrs. Brennan. I'm Mrs. Patterson.
What?
Is there something wrong?
Oh, no, Mrs. Patterson.
Come
Nothing
in,
at all.
Mr. Dollar. If you'll excuse me, please, I'll see if he can see you.
I watched Walter Patterson's widow disappear up a column stairway. I hadn't been ready to meet this attractive, well-groomed woman. But after I had met her and seen her for that brief moment, I was partially prepared to meet Robert Brennan, attorney at law.
Mr. Dollar, Bob.
Oh, hello, Mr. Dollar. You're a late caller.
Yes, I'm sorry about that.
Bob, I'll run along. It's almost 7.
All right, dear.
Good night, Mr. Dollar.
Good night, Mrs. Patterson. Brennan, I just flew in from Tucson, Arizona. I'm an insurance investigator.
Oh.
Well, good night.
Gloria, you'll be interested in what Mr. Dollar has to say.
What? I don't understand, Bob.
Let's go into the living room. Come on, dear.
Are you sure you want Mrs. Patterson here?
Yeah. Gloria, I didn't get these bruises falling down a flight of stairs. I got them in a fight.
What?
I flew to Tucson the day before yesterday to see Walter.
Why?
Yes, Walter's been alive all this time.
Bob.
This is only for her benefit, Dollar. I'll tell it just once. When you get me in court, it'll be different.
How did it happen, Brennan?
Gloria, Walt didn't die in that crash. He was picked up in the bay by a fishing boat on its way to Florida. The first port they came into was Charleston. He phoned me long distance from there and told me all about it. This was 10 days after we all thought he was dead. Gloria, it was his idea. You've got to believe that.
What was his idea?
He hated you. You know how often he asked you for a divorce? It was the idea he had when he phoned me from Charleston. He said it was his chance to get away from you. He knew how I always felt about you, and he said I could have you. For a price.
You've been supporting him wherever he's been since then?
$25,000 a year, regular monthly payments. I could afford it. I could afford anything for you, Gloria.
Did he tell you he hated me? Did he?
He just wanted to be away from you, from everything. The war changed him that way.
About the day before yesterday.
The man at the insurance company called up making inquiries. I didn't know if he'd sent an investigator out there or not, but I gave him a lot of information and material that, well, it should have helped throw you off.
It threw me off, all right. Especially the fingerprints.
Mr. Dollar can tell you, Gloria, how Walt didn't want to be here with you. Isn't that right, Dollar? Didn't he do everything he could to make you think his name was Yoler?
Uh-huh.
You see, Gloria?
Where is he now?
He's dead, Mrs. Patterson. Truly dead now.
Oh,
That's all I have to say, Dollar.
you've fought with Walter. You killed him.
It was him or me, Gloria. He phoned me 2 days ago and said that the police had been checking on him. I told him what it was all about, not to get scared, but he was scared, and I got a plane the first chance I had.
What did you argue about?
Apparently you'd been there that morning.
He was going to tell you the truth and claim he had amnesia. He said he had a date to meet you.
You didn't answer my question.
What do you mean I didn't answer it? I just told you he was going to blow the whole thing.
Oh, Bob.
All I wanted out of this was you, Gloria. He didn't want you. I did. Last week you said you decided to marry me. It took you 5 years to decide that. And it took him one lousy afternoon to decide he was going to come back to you.
I realize that the confusion as set down in this report is worthless as evidence both to the police and your insurance company. The proof that Brennan killed Patterson will be a matter for the courts to decide. The proof that Gloria Ann Patterson is guilty or not guilty of a fraudulent claim is a matter for you to decide. At any rate, she is a widow now. And I personally am convinced that she had no complicity in the matter of claims, murder, or collusion. Expense account item 6, same as item 1. Expenses from Wilmington to Hartford. Expense account total, $610.13. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
For your listening enjoyment, John Lund as Johnny Dollar.
Frank Ahern at Universal Adjusters, Johnny.
Oh, hi. How are you, Frank?
Well, a little worried at the moment. Can you help me out?
Well, that depends on what I have to do.
You have to take a little trip for one thing. The farm near Lexington, Kentucky.
Well, it's a slow time of the year to get out in the country. What else?
Talked to a man named Calcor there. Had a racehorse that insured for $65,000.
I hate to have to pay the premium on that kind of policy.
Well, that's just it, Johnny. Got a wire on my desk here from a man in Calcor's business office. The horse was seriously injured and had to be destroyed.
Wow. No wonder you're worried, Frank. I'll be right over. John Lund in another adventure of a man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
While we take a breather from our program, I'd like to ask you a question. Do you know who Uncle Sam's lawyer is? If your answer is the Attorney General, you're absolutely right. But being legal advisor to the President and other governmental agencies is only part of his job. His main task is running the Department of Justice, which makes sure that the laws passed by Congress are carried out, and that lawyers are available when the government must be represented in court. Let me give you an example. Suppose there is some question concerning the amount or kind of tax you should pay, or suppose you and the government don't agree as to which of you owns certain land. That's when the Department of Justice steps in to represent the government side of the case. If anyone is brought to trial for counterfeiting, smuggling, gold hoarding, or passport forging, the Department of Justice prosecutes the case. It also handles all matters dealing with legal immigration. And all of this activity is the responsibility of an important member of the President's Cabinet, the Attorney General. Just as it is the duty of the United States government to protect each and every one of you, it is the duty of the Attorney General to protect the government of the United States.
Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Universal Insurance Adjusters, Suite 814, Kittredge Building, Hartford, Connecticut. The following is an accounting of expenditures during my investigation of the Oklahoma Red matter. Expense account item 1, $107.80. Airfare and incidentals between Hartford and Lexington. Item 2, $5.50. Transportation from the airport to the Great Southern Hotel, where I checked in and changed clothes. Then to an address on Keith Avenue, Salgo and Company, Incorporated. Mr. Calgore's never here, Mr. Dollar. Spent all of his time at the farm. You'll have to see him there.
Well, maybe I won't have to bother him at all. How about Mr. Monroe?
Mr. Monroe isn't with Mr. Calgore's office anymore.
Well, that's funny. He was yesterday afternoon when he sent my company this wire about the policy.
He and Mr. Calgore, ended things. I might as well tell you.
Oh. Well, is there anybody else around here I can talk to about this?
I think you'll have to see Mr. Calgore.
A phone call to the Calgore Farms disclosed that Mr. Calgore was out for the day. Another half hour of conversation in the office, and the reluctant clerk finally gave me a name and an address. He was a tall, lanky man who never took his hat off. Dr. Pierce, veterinarian.
Bald open red, huh?
The people who wrote policy sent me down from Hartford.
Is there something wrong?
Matter of procedure, Doctor. Mr. Calgore's office has filed claim for a $65,000 indemnity. Apparently, Mr. Monroe, who handled these things for Mr. Calgore, is no longer with him.
Yes, I understood the quarrel.
And Mr. Calgore is not around at the moment.
I don't get it. If Wade Calgore has been down that much insurance, he's got a right to file a claim for it.
Just good business to get the facts, that's all. You treated him?
Yes.
The wire said something about a piece of machinery.
A tractor with a blade earth. Red rod back into it, hard. Cut through his right hamstring all the way to the bone.
You make out a report in a case like this?
In honesty. The animal's just like a human. Some of them are liable to get sick or hurt sometimes. Yeah.
Oh, thanks. Oh. Most of the tenders were cut, huh?
Those that weren't settled were rapid.
Uh-oh. Yeah. This notation about the carcass. Cremated on the premises. Why so fast?
Calgore wanted it that way.
Well, that'll make my job a little more complicated. Unless you took some x-rays.
There was no need to. Paralysis would already set in by the time I got there. What do you need him for?
Proof that the injury occurred more than anything else. Mr. Calgore called you right after it happened, did he?
That's right. I got there maybe 10 minutes later. Lloyd was alone with the horse. The minute I laid eyes on that animal, I knew.
And you advised Mr. Calgore he had to be destroyed?
I didn't have any choice.
Did you consider calling in another vet?
No use doing that.
Did Mr. Calgore ask you to call in another vet?
No, Mr. Dollar. He took my word for it. Why don't you?
Part of my job, Dr. Pierce. I can't take anybody's word for anything. Expense account item 3, 30 cents. For the 5 airmail stamps, it took to mail a copy of the complete injury report to a veterinarian service in Cleveland. Item 4, $25, car rental. That afternoon, I drove out to the Calgore breeding farm. Like most of the others I'd passed, it was complete with white fences, rolling hills, blue grass, and a stately colonial residence, just like the movies. A tall and attractive girl in her early 20s met me at the door. I told her my name and who I wanted to see.
You're not an insurance salesman. You hear about Red. Oh, what happened to him, aren't you?
That's right.
I'm Mr. Calgore.
I'm glad to know you.
How much did Daddy have Red insured for?
$65,000. I don't know whether I'm supposed to discuss this with you, Miss Calgore.
If Red had gotten on the tracks this year, he'd have doubled that, tripled the problem. There's not enough money in the world to affect that horse. He was a great horse.
He must have been. I'm sorry this happened.
Dad couldn't have stopped Red.
Oh, I understand he was injured beyond hope.
That's a lie.
What's that?
Dad couldn't have shot him. He just couldn't have done it. Red was the only thing around this whole place worth anything.
Well, wasn't the horse injured?
That's what they'll all tell you. But I can tell you something else.
What are you talking about, anyhow?
It was a terrible thing to do.
Go to your room.
It was just like murdering, you know it.
Lucy?
It was murder.
Stop it. Any time I've ever had to shoot a horse around here, she gets like that. And that way ever since she was a little girl.
I see.
I knew I'd have to put up with her acting like that. But I'm reluctant to apologize to you for her actions. Ed Pierce told me you were in to see him.
I wish he hadn't. I intended to tell you myself, Mr. Calgore. If I've offended you, I'm sorry for it.
Makes you look like I'm doing something shady. You could have come to me instead of going to him.
I tried to. We have to go to everybody. Dr. Pierce ordered the horse destroyed. Seemed like a fair opening to go to him and ask why.
What do you want from me?
All the information you can give me about the accident. Now, no matter what you think of me or my methods, I'm the man assigned to this case. This report has to be complete. before your claim can be paid.
You always handle a case this way.
Well, that's the way I'm handling this one.
They don't know what they're doing sending a man like you here.
You filed a claim by wire. What did you expect?
That fool Monroe filed the claim. I'd have waited until things around here calmed down a little.
Is that why you fired him?
That's one reason. Are you here to accuse me of something?
Look, there's $65,000 at stake here. We'll pay it out when we're satisfied all the circumstances were proper and not before.
I'm not afraid of you, Dollar, or your insurance company. I don't like your snooping around my office talking to my friends about me. No man would.
If I don't get my information from you, I'll get it somewhere else. What I've seen of you so far and what information I have got hasn't been in your favor.
I don't like that kind of talk.
You don't seem to like anything about this. Now, how about it? Do we keep this up or do we get down to business?
The trainer was bringing Red back from his exercise. Outside the stall, Red got scared. Mouse or something, and he reared back into that blaze. When Doc got here, he said Red didn't have a chance, so I shot him, that's all.
This trainer, what's his name?
Jim Knight. He isn't around anymore. I fired him right then and there. Told him to get off my property.
Who else was there?
No one. The rest of them were up at the house having dinner.
Oh, fine. How about right afterwards?
I just called out to Pierce. We handled it.
Been better if you'd left the remains for us to examine.
Dollar, I got maybe 150 head on this farm. Now and then accidents happen. One of my stock is dead. I get rid of it as fast as I can. That's the way I operate.
Oh. Where can I get in touch with Jim Knight? Where did he go?
I don't know. He took the things and cleared out as fast as he could. He knew better than to hang around here.
What do you mean by that?
What I said, he knew better. That's what I mean.
Did your daughter see any of this?
Lucy. You mean those crazy things she was saying when I walked into the room?
In view of the crazy circumstances, what she was saying might be worth listening to.
Pipe dream.
I'd like to talk to her just the same.
Abbott! Abbott!
Yes, Mr. Go. Come.
You can talk to anybody you like, Dollar. You've already got all the information you're going to get from me. Yes, sir, Mr. Salvo? Yes, sir? Show him out. This way, sir.
Never mind. I can find my own way. When I left Lloyd Calgore, I wasn't sure whether I'd talk to a sane man or not. Calgore's belligerent attitude seemed to permeate the whole farm. The horse handlers I talked to were grumbling and complaining, and I was able to learn nothing from them except a Baltimore address for Jim Knight. However, I did talk to Lucy Calgore again, down by the stables.
I thought you left a long time ago.
I wanted to talk to you before I did.
What about, Mr. Dollar? Your business is with my dad, not with me.
Oh, pardon me if I seem to be confused. Earlier today, you were very anxious to tell me something.
Was I?
Yes, you were. What is this, anyhow?
I wish we hadn't met at all.
But we did. And you said there was no need to destroy the horse after it had been injured. Did you mean the horse could have been saved? Did you have a reason for saying something like that?
I've just been very upset lately. All of us around here have.
Yeah, I'm getting that way myself.
Red was the best horse we've had in the stable for 5 years. We've all been counting on him since he was a colt. And when this stupid thing happened, it just turned all of us upside down.
Is that your explanation for the things you said to me?
Yes, for the moment. Please don't ask me any more questions right now.
The Calgores were turning out to be a dandy pair to deal with. Back in town, I checked on Calgore's financial situation. It was good, as far as the local banks were concerned. Expense account item 5, $2.20, telegrams. One to Hartford requesting further information regarding Calgore's credit standing. The other to Baltimore, Maryland, addressed to Jim Knight. The next morning, I received an answer to the latter. Johnny Dollar.
Baltimore, Maryland, calling Mr. Dollar. You want to hold on?
Sure.
Ready here with your call to Lexington. Go ahead. Thank you. Hello?
Hello. Hello.
Is this Mr. Dollar? The man who sent the telegram?
Yes. Who's this?
I'm Jimmy Knight's mother. The wire said it was important for him to get in touch with you. I thought I'd better call and tell you where you could reach him.
Well, that's very kind.
Now, he's at the Calgore farm near Lexington. You can reach him there through Mr. Lord.
Wait a minute.
Calgore.
He left there 3 days ago, Mrs. Knight. Didn't he come home?
Why, no. Well, are you sure he isn't at the Calgore place?
I'm positive. Do you have any other ideas where he could be?
No.
Well, this doesn't sound like Jimmy, Mr. Dollar. Wouldn't just go off without letting me know about it?
Are you sure?
Of course I'm sure he's my son. Maybe there's something wrong.
Yeah. Maybe there is.
And now, with our star, John Lund, we bring you the second act of Yours Truly, Johnny Dollar. When I talked to Jim Knight's mother in Baltimore, the Calgar claim was just about at a draw. I had a strong suspicion that the death of the horse had not occurred as reported. On the other hand, I had found no apparent reason for Calgar to do away with an animal that was evidently more valuable than the insurance had carried. It came down again to searching for the only other witness, Jim Knight. I promised his mother I'd have him contact her if I found him anywhere around Lexington. But that didn't seem likely after re-questioning several people at the Calgar farm.
Now, this is where Mr. Knight stayed all the time he was here, Mr. Dollar.
Uh-huh.
You can see for yourself it's all cleared out. Not a stitch left.
Did you happen to see him leave?
No, sir. Right after the accident, he's gone. Just like that.
I wonder if any of the others saw him.
We talked about that. Nobody saw him go.
Did he have a car?
No, sir.
Well, he had to have a suitcase or two. How do you suppose he got away from here, then?
I had him, I guess. I don't know. He could have lugged him out to the road and flagged himself around or waited for the bus.
Maybe someone drove him?
Miss Lucy might have, sir. She drove Mr. Knight around now and then.
That business you were telling me about before, it'll have to be looked into, Lucy.
Why?
Because you intimated that your father and Dr. Pierce might be lying about the whole thing. You realize that if there's any truth to that, your father would be liable to criminal charges.
I know. I was just trying to put Dad in a bad light.
Well, he's not in a very good one right now.
It was just a spite, and I thought of it, too. See, Dad and I have been arguing for weeks now.
And when I walked in the door yesterday, you saw a way to get back at him, is that it?
Something like that.
Is that Oklahoma Red up there?
Mm-hmm. I took the picture myself.
Well, I'm no horseman, but he looks like a lot of horse.
He was. You know that the worst broken-down plug who ever pulled a junk wagon has more dignity than any man who ever lived.
Well, that's one way of looking at it. What's the trouble between you and your father?
A man named Jim Knight. Used to work here as a trainer.
Yeah, I heard. I was going to ask you about him.
Yes, I thought so much. Jim and I saw quite a bit of each other, and Dad never liked that.
Why?
Well, I suppose because I'm all he has left. Mother and Bob, he was my older brother. They were killed in an accident a few years ago. Dad had been looking for an excuse to get rid of Jim.
Your father doesn't strike me as the kind of man who'd have to give an excuse to fire someone he didn't like.
You think he's mad?
What?
Nothing. Jim was a good trainer. Very good with words, much important. When the accident happened, I can imagine what Dad had to say to him when he fired him.
You know where I can find him now?
No. He didn't say a word to me when he left. Not even goodbye.
Lucy, do you suppose your father will ever calm down enough so I can talk to him?
I don't know. The Calgars have always been a terribly angry bunch of people. Very emotional. There doesn't seem to be much of a let-up these days.
Is that what you meant when you asked me if I thought he was mad?
I suppose so. It's almost as if he's on the verge of something lately, something desperate. His moods frighten me sometimes. I get used to. You know, I was thinking. A couple of years ago, Daddy bought a new car. We were out driving one day, and something went wrong. Well, he was so angry, he just smashed it into a cement wall and left it.
Lucy, tell me about Jim Knight.
I was in love with him from the first day he came to work here. I still am. That's all there is to tell.
I saw Lucy Calgore again the following afternoon when I returned to talk with her father. She told me he was gone and wouldn't be back until evening. I spent some more time with the people on the farm, trying to find out anything that would help, but nothing did. That night, when I picked up my key at the hotel desk, there was a message to call Operator 18 in Hartford. It was Frank Ahern.
Calgore's got a very good rating with Dun & Bradstreet. He doesn't need money.
Well, then that angle is practically out, Frank. There's just no reason for him to kill that animal that I can think of.
How about the other?
No one seems to know what happened to Jim Knight.
This, as far as we go, John?
Somehow I feel there's more to it. What it is, I don't know, Frank. It beats me.
Well, how about going to the police and asking them to help you locate Knight?
Something just occurred to me, Frank.
What?
Calgore hasn't threatened to go to the insurance commission or the sewers yet.
That's usually pretty standard with a man like that.
Yeah, it is. If he's got a just claim.
What is it now, Mr. Dolly? It's late.
I just talked to my office in Hartford, Dr. Pierce. They aren't very happy with the way this case has been going.
Is that so?
They're about ready to close it and call me home.
Well, you mean they'll pay the claim?
No, I don't mean that at all.
Hmm?
Look, Doctor, I spent some time checking you out because you're one of the parties who can help settle this thing. You've been in practice around Lexington for 32 years. People think a lot of you.
And they take my word.
Well, I don't. I can't. I'd hate to see a nice guy like you get the book. I think I can stop it if you'll cooperate.
The book? What do you mean?
Forget I'm an insurance investigator. I'm just a guy giving you some information. When I said my adjustment company's ready to close the case, I mean that Calgore will have to sue for a settlement. In court, he'll have to produce Jim Knight and prove his story. With what we have so far, he'll lose the suit, and the insurance company will file charges against him for attempting to defraud. And they won't fool around. There's no outfit tougher than an insurance company when somebody's trying to cheat him. And, you'll have to be in court, too.
No.
You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, how about it?
I've been his friend for 18 years.
And he asked you to lie for him. That's understandable to me. But in a court, it's perjury. False testimony.
What do you do?
That's up to the company. I'll have to hear your part of it first.
Oklahoma Red was dead when I got there. He hadn't been in any accident. Lloyd made me promise to tell you that. Lloyd just got it.
Just got it? Why?
Well, Red wasn't the horse Lloyd thought he was. Great confirmation that he just wouldn't run. Lloyd got the man shot.
And Knight saw it. Is that it?
Yeah. Lloyd probably gave him some money to go with. I don't know. He's losing his mind, I think.
I've heard that about him before.
From who?
Lucy?
Yeah. She had a reason. Like I said, I've known Calgore for 18 years.
Expense account item 6, 35 cents. I lost it in a payphone trying to get in touch with Calgore. No one answered, so I drove out. Hey in there. Open up. Open up. Open up, somebody. Open up.
Mr. Dollar, sir. Good evening.
Hello, Abbott. Can you hear me?
Mr. Dollar, maybe this ain't such a good time to be coming around.
Is Mr. Calgore back yet?
Yes, sir, he is, but...
I'd like to see him.
Mr. Dollar, please,
Hello, but you go on ahead.
All right, Miss Lucy.
Hello, Johnny. Dad's not in a very good mood.
Neither am I. Hey, you've been crying. What's this?
I just don't seem to be able to do anything.
There now.
Oh, Johnny, I'm very happy.
Take your hands off her.
What?
I said take your hands off her. I'll kill you.
Oh, be careful.
I'll show you. I'll show you. I'll kill one man for that kind of thing. Lucy, baby.
No, don't touch me.
What?
Johnny,
Pretty heavy pain.
I'll get a doctor.
No, where'd he go?
I don't know. What that was? Johnny, did you hear?
About killing someone else?
He was talking about Johnny. Johnny. Oh, Johnny.
I called the local sheriff's office and then took a look around the grounds. All the cars were still in the garages. Then I heard some sort of disturbance near the stables.
Don't come any closer. I've got a shotgun here.
I got a gun, too.
Go away from here.
The police will be here any minute. This won't do you any good. Doggone. Be better if you're in the house, ready to make a statement. Dr. Pierce told me he lied for you. And you said you'd killed someone. Was it Jim Knight?
I told you to go away from here.
You'd better come out.
I'm going to pay a whole bunch of you.
Don't do anything foolish. You didn't have to do it this way, Caldor. Like so.
Nice boat. Under the floor. All these things we know about Red.
I know.
Knight tried to stop him. But that was crazy. I'm not, am I, Dollar?
Take it easy.
I'm not crazy.
Well, that's that. Expense account item 7, $37.50, miscellaneous. Item H, same as 1, transportation back to Hartford. Expense account total, $286.45. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
From Hollywood, it's time now for Johnny Dollar.
Randy Singer, Johnny.
Oh, hi, Randy. How's the New York City Police Department these days?
Well, the department's fine. Me, I'm not so sure.
Well, then maybe I'd better run on down there and cheer you up a bit, huh?
Yeah, you'd better come down here on account of Mary Grace Marshall.
Hey, how do you know Mary Grace?
The point is, you do.
Well, matter of fact, I just got back from a weekend in that town of yours. Yeah, Mary Grace and I had a ball. We took in a couple of shows, did the nightclub routine.
Yeah, I know.
Even spent Sunday afternoon together out at the... What do you mean, you know?
Johnny, your little girlfriend's been murdered.
What?
Yeah.
Randy, have you got any leads, anything to go on?
Yeah, Johnny, plenty.
Then I'll grab the first plane.
Yeah. You'd better.
Bob Bailey in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account. America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Act one of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar. to the Mideastern Life and Casualty Insurance Company, Home Office, Hartford, Connecticut. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the Mary Grace matter. Expense account item 1, 10 cents. Phone call to the airport to reserve a seat on the first plane to New York. Item 2, phone call to Ben Perrin at the Claims Department of Mideastern Life.
Perrin here?
Ben, this is Johnny Dollar.
Oh, hello, John.
Now, listen, I'm on my way down to New York at your company's expense, though the expense part is beside the point.
What? No, just wait a minute.
Mary Grace Marshall has just been murdered.
Marshall?
Your company holds a policy on her, and I'm going down there to investigate.
Well, now, wait, John, until we issue proper authorization for you to conduct the investigation.
Don't give me that, Ben. I'm going down there now.
Well, then it's completely without sanction from this or any other office.
Okay, forget it. I was trying to save time, and I thought I was doing you a favor.
Well, I suppose you are, but until a request for your services can be routed
I said forget it. Didn't you hear me? I gotta go. Gotta catch a plane.
Well, for heaven's sake, man, what are you so up in arms about? Why you're so concerned about this particular...
Because that girl was a personal friend of mine. A very dear friend.
Oh. John, I'm sorry. I can see now why you're so upset.
Yeah, I'm upset.
By all means, go ahead, officially. And if there's anything I can do...
Yeah, there is. You can stop all this yammering so I can hang up and get out of here. Goodbye.
John.
Yeah, what now?
You really cared for that girl, didn't you?
Yeah, Ben. I cared. Expense account item 3, $9.20. Cab to the airport and plane ticket to New York. The trip down there gave me time to think. And thinking about it hurt. Mary Grace Marshall. Tall, brunette, and very beautiful. And as straight a girl as I'd ever known. There was a time a few years ago when I'd hoped she might marry me. But she wanted to stay with her successful career as a fashion designer. And she was right. I'm not the marrying type either. So we just remained friends. We had a lot of fun together. Theaters, dancing, an occasional nightclub. Sometimes the long hair stuff, a recital or the opera. And we go to the zoo or the circus, a boxing match or a baseball game. Or just go for a quiet walk in the park. And often just a long, quiet evening in her apartment over a tall, cool drink and good conversation. A goodnight kiss. Sure. But that was all. Now she was gone. And believe me, somebody was going to pay. Item 4, $6 even for a fast taxi to the 18th Precinct headquarters and Sergeant Randy Singer.
Come on in, Johnny. Close the door.
Sure. Hi.
Better sit down, huh?
Yeah. All right, when did it happen, Randy, and how? You said on the phone you have some leads.
Clues all over the place. They all point toward one person.
Oh.
Toward the one person known to have been with her at about the time the coroner says she was killed.
How was she killed?
Struggle. Fell and struck her head on the base of the fireplace. Cigarette, Johnny?
Oh, yeah, thanks.
Incidentally, so far I've been able to keep this thing out of the papers.
Oh, hey, give me a light, will you? I seem to have forgotten my lighter.
Yeah, you have. Here.
Thanks.
Now, the coroner says she was killed Sunday night, late.
What?
By somebody who must have spent several hours with her.
You said late Sunday night. That's a...
Go on, Johnny.
Hey, look, stop snapping that lighter and... Wait a minute, where'd you get that?
According to all the evidence, it was left behind by whoever murdered Mary Grace Marshall. Here. Look familiar?
Are you crazy? This lighter is mine.
Yeah, Johnny. I know.
And now, Act 2 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, and the Mary Grace matter. Mary Grace Marshall, an old friend, a very dear one, murdered in her New York apartment on East 77th Street. Sergeant Randy Singer, my old friend at 18th Precinct Homicide, had called me immediately. And when I got there, showed me a very damning piece of evidence.
Presented to Special Investigator Johnny Dollar by the International...
Sure, of course it's my lighter. And I must have left it in Mary Grace's apartment Sunday night.
Well, that certainly doesn't mean that I killed her.
Coroner says she died about the same time you were there.
Oh, how do you know what time I was there?
Wife of Charlie Walker, the building superintendent, Johnny. She saw you leave.
That isn't enough evidence to convict a fly, and you know it.
There's plenty more.
Yeah, like what?
Your fingerprints all over the place.
Well, sure, I told you.
Cigarette butts, same brand you smoked.
So what does that
A
prove?
lot of them, Johnny. Like a very nervous smoker.
Well, I was with her all evening.
Doing what?
Oh, now, look, Randy. Surely you can't be serious. You can't think for a minute
You
that
look, Johnny. This is my case, nobody else's. I'm keeping it that way. I've kept it out of the papers. I think you know why.
Oh, sure I know why. Because we've been buddy-buddy for so long, you want to be sure that if anybody hangs me, you will, for old time's sake.
I asked you what you were doing.
Well, let me tell you something, Randy. That girl meant a lot to me.
What were you doing
shut
Sunday
up and
night?
tell me what other evidence you have, what you know that can help me find out who... I'm sorry, Randy. Sure, it's your job. I'd probably do the same thing to you under the circumstances.
If you didn't, I wouldn't have any use for you.
But don't you see... Okay, look. We spent Sunday afternoon at the zoo, the Bronx Zoo. Went up on the subway. We walked a lot, got pretty tired. I promised her a dinner at the Chambord over on 3rd Avenue. But she said she had some food at the apartment, so we went back there. Then we just sat around and talked, played some music, that's all.
And had some drinks.
Yeah, I picked up a bottle of scotch on the way.
How many drinks?
Oh, 1 or 2 light ones is all.
Sorry, Johnny, that bottle was nearly empty.
But that's him. Who discovered the body?
Mrs. Walker, wife of the apartment super. The one who saw you leave shortly after hearing the screams that made her...
Screams?
Yeah, that made her finally go up and look in the Marshall girl's apartment.
She's crazy, Randy. You're lying.
Can you prove it?
I'd like to talk to that woman.
I think you
She's off
better.
her rocker if she told you she... What'd you say?
I think you ought to see her.
Huh? But if I'm your big suspect...
Well, sure you are. Until you can help me prove I'm wrong.
We drove over to the place on 77th Street in a prowl car. Everything was exactly as it had been when I'd left Sunday night, except that there were signs of a struggle, as Randy had said. A chair and a lamp had been knocked over, the hi-fi shoved aside when she'd fallen at the fireplace. Even the bottle of scotch from which I'd poured a couple of small...
What's the matter, Johnny?
Well, I'm not sure, Randy, but... I'd have sworn I left this bottle out in the kitchenette where I...
Huh? Hey, are you making more print?
Yeah. Look, this bottle of soda, 3/4 full. You don't kill most of a bottle of scotch with only this much soda.
Unless you're drinking it straight.
Oh, who drinks it straight these days? An alcoholic?
Or somebody who needs a jolt for his nerves.
Maybe.
Want to go downstairs and talk to the super's wife?
Yeah, let's. The superintendent's wife turned out to be a living doll. Young, pretty, with too much makeup. The sort who looked like she decided to get out of the chorus line for a quieter life as the wife of a building superintendent. I noticed a peculiar, spicy kind of odor when she first let us in, but thought nothing of it at the time.
Now, you're sure this is the man you saw leaving Miss Marshall's apartment, Mrs. Walker?
I was standing right here in this doorway. It was after I heard her screaming up there, around midnight.
You're sure you heard her scream?
Well, my husband heard it first. He woke me up, pounding on the wall between our bedrooms.
Well, didn't he get up to investigate?
Oh, no, the lazy... Well, he's been sick. He's still sick. But then I heard the screaming, so I run into his room and ask him what to do. Go back to bed and forget it, he says. It's probably just a party upstairs.
Then you went up and found the body, huh?
Well, first I tried to sleep, but I kept thinking I heard noises.
From upstairs?
Well, no.
You're sure?
It was like maybe my husband was getting up or something.
Go on.
Well, finally, about 2 a.m., I went up to her apartment. When she didn't answer my knock, I let myself in. And there she was, dead.
Who called the police, you or your husband?
Him? Huh. Besides, I told you he was sick. He still is.
I'd like to talk with him.
Oh, sure. If he's sober enough. Come on.
That was a funny crack. If her husband really was sick. She led us toward the rear of the apartment, and I mistakenly started to enter her bedroom. That peculiar odor again, only more pronounced. And believe me, it was an arpege.
Here, mister, this way.
Her husband's bedroom was pretty much of a mess, untidy, with pictures of bathing beauties, calendar art, and some striking pictures of Mary Grace Marshall plastered all over the walls. This room had an odor about a tube of stale booze.
Here you are, Charlie.
No, I tell you, I don't want any more of that stuff.
Well, you seem to think it'd make you feel better.
I did. What did you... Oh, the cop again.
That's right, Mr. Walker.
And this is the guy seen coming down from your girlfriend's apartment after all the screaming. His name's Johnny something.
You actually heard screaming up there, Mr. Walker?
Yeah, awful racket. Woke me up. Scared me.
What do you mean?
That poor girl up there. All alone.
Only she wasn't alone.
But then it stopped. I figured maybe I'd been wrong. Had a nightmare or something.
Yeah, sure. A dream about her. You think about me for a change instead of dreaming about that dame.
Shut up.
Talking about her, dreaming about her, sneaking around to have a look at her when she came in and out.
I tell you.
If you wasn't sick, I think you'd sneaked up there and done her in because you couldn't have her.
Will you take her out of here?
It wouldn't be the first time a drunken bum has killed somebody.
Shut up! Shut up!
Mrs. Walker, I thought I told you this man was supposed to be kept quiet.
Oh, well, now, look, Doctor.
Yet I walk in here and find this sort of thing going on. Go on, all of you. Out of here while I attend this man.
Just a minute, Doctor.
Out immediately. This is a heart case complicated by a very serious virus infection.
Doc, if I can have just one
Later,
minute.
officer. I must save this man's life.
Come on, Randy. You too, Mrs. Walker.
Yeah, sure.
He's been getting alcohol again, strictly against my order.
Now, look here, Mrs. Walker.
No, wait.
Huh?
Come on upstairs with me again.
Oh? What'd you think of?
A couple of things, Randy, that I believe will clinch this case so fast. Come on.
Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, and the Mary Grace Matter.
What do you mean, clinch the case, Johnny? Didn't you hear enough from Charlie Walker and his wife?
Yeah, I heard plenty, Randy.
Well, then what's the point of coming back here to the dead girl's apartment?
Let me show you something here in the kitchenette. The scotch bottle.
You shouldn't pick that up, Johnny. Prints.
Yeah, prints. And where your boys dusted over them to show them up. But look.
Yeah?
Right here they're smeared, see? By a piece of cloth.
Sure, he tried to erase them when he killed that bottle.
Now, come on back to the living room. And here, take a look at this.
Well, what's the hi-fi set got to do with
I
it?
told you Mary Grace and I sat here Sunday night talking and playing records.
So?
This record on the turntable is the same one we were playing just before I left her. Look at it.
Dolorima by Vingetti. Never heard of it.
We shut it off because it got too noisy in the death scene from that opera.
Huh?
Listen. Yeah, here it is.
Holy. That sounds like somebody... Shut it off! I'll be darned.
Sure. The screams that Walker and his wife said they heard.
And that record's what gave him the idea. And now it's a matter of pinning it on him.
All right, what have you got for his motive?
Motive? Are you kidding? Didn't you see those pictures of all those beautiful those babes he has on the wall of his room? And the pictures of the Marshall girl? All right. He was gone for Mary Grace, talked about her, dreamed about her, had her pictures all over his room, but she wouldn't give him a tumble. All right.
All right.
So he hits the bottle heavier than ever on account of this frustration over the Marshall girl.
Wouldn't be the first time that sort of thing has happened.
Happens all the time. So if he can't have her, he's going to kill her. You see my point?
Yeah, and it's well taken, Randy.
All right. Last weekend, you're taking his dream girl out on the town, having a good time with her, doing all the things he wished he could do.
Go on.
Well, it's too much for him, driving him out of his rum-soaked mind. Then he hears that screaming on that opera record. It gives him the idea. He wakes up his wife, so she'll hear it, too, so his wife will think somebody's getting killed up there. But he doesn't let her go up there, right?
Sounds good, Randy.
After his wife goes back to bed, that's when she saw you leave, he goes up there and kills the girl.
But if he was as sick as he appears to have been...
John, the time like that, a man gets superhuman strength. Strength of a madman, they call it. And listen.
I'm listening.
His wife said she thought she heard him walking around, remember?
I remember.
So that's it. She finally got up, came up here, and found the body. So naturally, she tied it all in with the screams her old man woke her up to hear.
And that suited him perfectly. She couldn't help but alibi for him.
Come on, let's get downstairs again.
I realize, Johnny, it's all circumstantial, and I still have to pin it on him.
Or her.
But I'll hold him on suspicion. Or her.
The same circumstances would work just as well for Walker's wife if she were the killer.
Yeah, but what about the motive?
Jealous wife.
Jealous of somebody taking that drunken bum out of her hair?
That funny odor I noticed about her when I first stepped into this place. I finally remembered what it is.
Hey, I noticed that, like a cooking spice.
Well, it is sometimes. Cardamom seed.
Cardamom?
Yeah, they used to call it the drunkard's friend. A man could booze all night, chew a couple of cardamom seeds, kiss his wife goodnight, she'd never be the wiser.
Well, I'll be.
That odor was so strong in her bedroom that... Well, maybe she's the lush, huh?
Hey.
And tried to make the same thing out of her husband, on the excuse it would make him feel better.
You mean he isn't a heavy drinker, Doctor?
No, he is not.
Doctor, you said he has a heart condition.
A very serious one. Complicated by a...
Yeah, I know. Could he possibly have got out of bed, climbed those stairs Sunday night, struggled with, and killed someone?
The odds against his surviving such a thing are 1,000,000 to 1. 100 million.
All right, I heard it all. That means you're going to start accusing me of killing that girl up there.
Mrs. Walker, I told you to stay out of your husband's room.
Yeah? Well, he's dead, Doc.
Dead?
I don't know what you give him, but he's dead.
Did you give him more liquor?
No.
But you gave him enough before I came to... Wait here, all of you.
Well, you're going to try to pin that Marshall dame on me now that Charlie's gone?
You've already pinned it on yourself, Mrs. Walker.
What?
You thought you'd left no fingerprints on that bottle up there.
Well, I didn't. I used a handkerchief.
Yeah. That's what I thought.
But, no, wait a minute. I didn't mean that.
Too late, I'm afraid.
Oh, no, it ain't.
Put down that gun, Mrs. Walker.
All right. So I killed that dame on the second floor. And if I have to kill you,
Yeah. Thanks, Doctor.
It's quite all right, sir.
Well, Randy, there's your killer. Happy?
Yeah. I guess I ought to be. You?
It doesn't bring back Mary Grace. Expense account total, including transportation back to Hartford? No, wait. I took on this case myself because of Mary Grace and, well, whatever she may have meant to me is none of the company's business. Oh, sure, you'll have to pay the claim on her policy. But let it go at that, will you? The rest is on me. I want it that way. Understand? For old time's sake. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Be sure to join us next week, same time and station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is Dan Cubberly speaking.
This is the United States Armed Forces Radio and Television Service.